is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network. We broadcast from our studios at 6 Bradley Avenue, Kingston 10, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band. 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary, and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew, and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Coopers Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James, serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on the World Wide Web on nationwideradiojm.com and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Put your money in motion. Drive VMW, VM Wealth Management. Transform your everyday.
The time by VM Wealth Management is
6 o'clock.
From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning.
A very good morning to you. I'm Tana Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Friday, July 25, 2025. JTA welcomes Education Minister decision to cut course load for some students entering grade 7. But the opposition PNP says the reduced workload for struggling students is inadequate. Education Minister agrees with calls for harsher penalties for bus stoning. In regional news, over 21,000 children in Haiti treated for severe acute malnutrition. In international news, a French plan to recognize Palestinian state draws fire from Israel and the U.S. In sports, Christine Day named the first ever sports exchange advisor on the Jamaica-Japan agreement. And in business, JN Bank launches JN Pay Wallet. The details after the break.
You want to win? Then just bet. Bet on the game, no stress, no sweat. And win big in the wanna bet, just bet promotion. Spend $1,500 or more on one just bet ticket and complete the entry form at promotions.supremegames.com for your chance to win. Third place gets Beats by Dre. Second place gets an iPhone 15 and AirPods Pro. And first place gets a 65-inch TV and a soundbar. Promotion runs May 16 to July 20, 2025. Grand draw July 25, 2025. Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Catch the first news of the day, a comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Dr. Mark Smith, says that the decision by the Ministry of Education to ease the academic load for some students entering grade 7 is a step in the right direction.
I've often articulated the need for us to focus with laser-like precision on literacy and numeracy, particularly in schools, as the children come with great deficits in those two subjects. We have to understand that as far as the concepts of modern intelligence is, literacy and numeracy are the building blocks of the whole construct of modern intelligence. And so we have to understand that providing this greater wiggle room or flexibility is a good move in the right direction.
Under the new policy, students who are identified as struggling will now be allowed to take only 6 subjects instead of the usual 10 or more. The ministry will use its curriculum, instruction, and assessment roadmap to identify those students who require a lighter course load. That roadmap guides the ministry's pathway policy, which allows the curriculum to be tailored based on students' academic levels and needs. Dr. Smith says the new policy will not be burdensome for teachers.
Many schools have a actually gone ahead and taken the initiative to develop special programs to cater to students as part of good governance and management of an institution. Where necessary, many have written to the ministry seeking approval to tailor programs. But I think what the minister is attempting to do, and the ministry by extension, is pretty much giving a green light to that level of flexibility and autonomy of schools. And I think that is a push in the right direction. And we look at many education systems that do very well, targeting and meeting students where they are, ensuring that the programs are fit for purpose, really provides greater autonomy to the leadership and the teachers in the school to tailor programs to meet the children where they are.
Dr. Mark Smith, president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. He was speaking during Nationwide at 5 on Thursday. Meanwhile, President of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, Stuart Jacobs, says that parents and students alike will be relieved by the new policy.
The fact that students will now have the opportunity to strengthen their weak areas rather than having to contend with just finishing at the curriculum. This, of course, will put them in a good stead to prepare for their culminating exams after being placed on the most suitable pathway. And for us parents, it means that come September, for those of the students that are going to be placed on the 6 subjects, 7 subjects other than the 10, it means that we can now monitor closer and feel a little bit more relieved that our children are performing at their pace rather than performing at the pace of the whole pack. Because there are children who are slow movers, they will come on at the end of the race, but they can't move with the pack at the same time. And so we really welcome it. It is a relief going into the new school year.
Stuart Jacobs, the president of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica. Opposition spokesman on education, Senator Damon Crawford, is describing as inadequate the reduced subject load for struggling students entering grade 7. Speaking Thursday at a PNP policy breakfast in St. Andrew, Senator Crawford also criticized the extra literacy and numeracy questions rolled into the primary exit profile test for grade 6 students.
But if you can't read and comprehend, what are you going to learn from the 6 subject? It's like they say, we're going to test literacy now in PEP. That don't make no sense. The PEP results come 2 weeks before school done, so what's going to be an intervention? They're just talking things, just saying foolishness. If you can't learn 10, you can't learn 6, because if you can't read and comprehend, you can't learn any. So within it, you have word recognition, you have word sounding, you have comprehension. Most of our children, even when they're the word recognition, is failing at the comprehension hurdle. So if I'm doing history, don't I need to be able to comprehend? Don't I need to be able to read? Don't I need to be able to access and assess? So while I might give you history things to read, your focus is on the literacy.
The reduced subject load plan was announced on Wednesday by Chairman of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, ETOC, Dr. Adrian Stokes. He says come the start of the new school year in September, students who need academic assistance will do only 6 subjects in grade 7 as opposed to 10 or more. Dr. Stokes says that these students will be taken through a more targeted program to ensure they are better equipped to pursue and complete secondary school successfully. Senator Crawford says that the PNP has a superior plan to raise the literacy and numeracy rates among students entering high school.
We feel that we should have a full immersion in literacy and numeracy for persons who are incapable to read in 7th grade, and therefore that first year will be a remedial 7, that they will be fully immersed in just numeracy, literacy, and English as a second language. They will then have a second year of 7th grade for the educational components or the subject components, and therefore their 6 years thereafter. That 7-year experience will include a remedial 7.
Senator Damon Crawford, opposition spokesman on education. Now, Chairman of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, ETOC, Dr. Adrian Stokes, says while he supports the need for more consultation on the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, the legislation must swiftly be enacted.
We need to ensure that we're not going after perfection here, because sometimes we can let the perfect be the enemy of the good. What's important sometimes is to make a start. Have a bill, have a good bill. There can be adjustments, there can be amendments over time. We don't want to be kicking the can down the road, but notwithstanding, as I said, collaboration is important. ensuring that the critical stakeholders, all the stakeholders, get an opportunity to provide feedback and, if possible, take those recommendations, suggestions on board.
Dr. Adrian Stokes, chairman of ETOC, speaking Wednesday at the committee's quarterly press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says she expects new consultations on the bill to be wrapped up by October. The new consultations were opened after the Jamaica Teachers Association raised a concern about aspects of the bill, which was passed in the Senate back in April. The opposition spokesman on education, Senator Damien Crawford, says while the bill passed with bipartisan support, the opposition had no power to stop its passage despite voicing its concerns about sections of the proposed legislation. He says the bill is being likened to INDECOM, the oversight body for members of the security forces.
When you don't appreciate the importance of the individual, like in this case the police or in my case the teachers, then you put things like the JTC bill that diminishes their contribution to sell the narrative that is not your fault. Take all the teachers from Campion and carry them to Denham Town High School, and take all the teachers from Denham Town and carry them to Campion. And you tell me if that and that alone will make Denham Town become Campion and Campion become Denham Town. The circumstances I've highlighted of all the gaps is the reason for Denham Town underperformance. But you take the same teacher and remove those gaps. So what the government is trying to sell with the JTC bill is don't blame us for the 18%.
Senator Damien Crawford, opposition spokesman on education. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says she agrees with calls for harsher penalties for those found guilty of stoning buses operated by the state-owned Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC.
I agree completely, because these are important resources, important to our country. There was a time when we couldn't buy these without ending in a whole lot of debt. Now we've done the hard work. We've done the hard work to be able to afford these vehicles, afford ones that are nice enough that people want to be on them, that are air conditioned. And so if someone is willing to stone them, deface them in any way, destroy them in any way, they should be penalized significantly.
According to the JUTC, several stoning incidents have been reported across the corporate area and Harborview. At least 8 new buses, which were only added to the JUTC fleet last week, were vandalized. A teenager is in custody in connection with one of these stoning incidents. The police are also searching for 5 men in connection with stoning incidents. Minister Morris-Dixon, who was speaking with Nationwide News on Wednesday, says there are grounds for concern about what will happen come September under the rollout of the Rural School Bus Program.
I am extremely concerned. These buses have been brought to our country in order to facilitate the movement of Jamaicans, and a lot of our children do use those buses. This is unacceptable. For a lot of people, the JUTC is a lifeline. And so for us to be stoning those buses, I'm extremely concerned. And I'm concerned that we're not talking enough about what kind of message this is sending. And when the school buses come in September, we are going to have to really reckon with it as a country. Are we really okay with something that's supposed to be helping our people being stoned? We have to make it known that this is not the Jamaica that all of us want to be a part of, and that we are building, we're actively building.
Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, a Minister of Education. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz is lamenting the recent spike in road fatalities. His opposition counterpart, Mikhail Phillips, has criticized the government for not doing enough to address known crash hotspots across the country. But Minister Vaz says that some motorists continue to drive erratically on the roads despite them being properly marked.
While I extend condolences to the families of those who have lost their life tragically in motor vehicle accidents, I want to make it clear that based on the discussions with the police, that the areas in which these crashes are taking place are properly marked and without obstruction. It is a fact that some of the drivers continue to drive erratically. And I know that the police over the last 2 months have increased their presence on the road conducting speed and breathalyzer tests. Unfortunately, just this last Tuesday,
The Island Traffic Authority reports that 223 people have been killed in road crashes since January 1 this year. That's 31 more than the 192 fatalities recorded for the corresponding period in 2024. Minister Vaz says he's particularly disturbed that many fatal crashes involve excessive speeding, distracted driving, the non-use of seat belts and safety gear, and in some cases, impaired driving. He notes that these are preventable causes that demand a complete cultural shift in how Jamaicans treat the roads and each other. According to the minister, this is not simply a law enforcement issue. He says what is needed is a cultural shift in how citizens approach road safety. He's calling on every road user to take responsibility for their actions and recognize that reckless choices have fatal consequences.
There's an increase in the total amount of tickets year over year. There is a substantial increase in the number of persons that have been arrested for driving under the influence. To date, for 2025, 56 persons. So again, the police are doing what they need to do. And of course, I'm calling on all well-thinking Jamaicans to take time on the roads, as these loss of lives are very unfortunate and unnecessary.
Darrell Vaz, Transport Minister. He adds that as a response to the increase, the ministry will enhance coordination with the JCF, the Island Traffic Authority, the National Road Safety Council, and other stakeholders to strengthen enforcement and public awareness efforts. This includes increased patrols, roadside checks, and targeted safety campaigns in high-risk areas. Meanwhile, Minister Vaz wants the courts to streamline the penalties for motorists who engage in dangerous and reckless driving.
There were 5 cases in court in Montego Bay, and unfortunately, the fines for driving under the influence were $7,000 or 5 days in jail, no suspension of license. Yet in Maypen on Wednesday, there was a fine of $50,000 or 3 months in jail and the driver's license suspended for 12 months. So I really am expecting that the court and the judges will take a zero tolerance approach to driving under the influence of alcohol and deal with it accordingly, as not suspending the licenses will allow for them to repeat their actions in short order.
Darrell Vaz, Transport Minister. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
Be in the know. Learn how local government is working for you. Follow us on Instagram and X at LocalGovJA and on Facebook at Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The time by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development is
6:17.
Now, PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
You wanna do your thing with your queen or your king?
Or I get a little frisky that make you flex risky.
PrEP, are you extra bucketed?
To help you stay HIV negative.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
PrEP tablets available at your clinic from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
In regional and international news this morning, regional, the United Nations says there is a surge in acute malnutrition among children in Haiti. In a statement released this week, the UN's Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said ongoing violence and mass displacement are severely impacting children's access to food, health services, and education. It says the situation is intensified by rampant insecurity and a severe lack of humanitarian funding. Since the start of 2025, UNICEF and its partners have screened more than 200,000 children for acute malnutrition. Of that number, over 21,000 have been admitted for treatment for severe acute malnutrition. This represents just 17% of the nearly 130,000 expected to need life-saving care this year. Israel and the U.S. have condemned the decision by France to recognize a Palestinian state. President Emmanuel Macron said on Thursday that he intends to formalize the decision at the United Nations General Assembly in September. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the move rewards terror and risks creating another Iranian proxy. In a post on X, he added, a Palestinian state in these conditions would be a launchpad to annihilate Israel, not to live in peace beside it. Defense Minister Israel Katz described the move as a disgrace and a surrender to terrorism. Meanwhile, Washington says it strongly rejects Macron's plan. Posting on X, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the decision reckless and a slap in the face to the victims of October 7. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
Getting ready for school is as easy as KB. Shop at Kingston Bookshop between July 14 to September 6, 2025 for your chance to win big in our back-to-school promotion. Spend just $5,000 before GCT, shop online or in-store, and you could win $150,000 in cash, an HP laptop, or a Samsung Galaxy Tab A9. It's back to school the easy way, only at KB. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Short-sightedness, the inability to see well in the distance, is on the rise and is affecting millions of children worldwide, increasing their risk of serious eye conditions later in life. At IQ Optical, we're proud to lead the fight against short-sightedness with revolutionary Maya Smart therapeutic lenses, specifically designed for young eyes. This month only, your child can receive a free second pair of our revolutionary lenses. Help protect your child's vision today. Visit IQ Optical, where clarity never looked sharper.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Come out in your numbers as the Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 1 presents St. Andrew Northwestern Choose Jamaica Constituency Meeting this Sunday at the Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. sharp. Come here, champion Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie, host Member of Parliament Dwayne Smith, MPs Juliet Holness, Delroy Chuck, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Senators Cavan, Galen, Marlon Morgan, Live Wire, Venetia Phillips and others. Jamaica Labour Party active and strong in St. Andrew Northwestern. Constituency meeting this Sunday, Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. We choose Jamaica. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Please be advised that on Sunday, July 27, the Mayor's Parlour will air at 12 p.m. This will temporarily replace the usual broadcast of Amazing Word at that time. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding.
Time now for your morning sports. Olympian Christine Day has been selected to be the first ever sports exchange advisor under the exchange and teaching program between Japan and Jamaica. The 38-year-old Day was among the participants who were feted at a send-off party at the residence of the Ambassador of Japan to Jamaica, His Excellency Yasuhiro Atsumi, on Thursday. Day, who participated in 2 Olympic Games for Jamaica, is scheduled to leave the island next Friday to start what is expected to be a year-long mission. She told Nationwide Sports she's excited about the opportunity.
I'm open-minded to learn and also share my experience, what I have. I'm confident in what I have learned in the past. I've traveled the world, I've experienced different cultures, I've learned from the sports, and knowing that this is actually a sports advisor position, I think I am well prepared to demonstrate what I've learned during my track career, and also have the mindset of learning different techniques and different ways of doing things.
Christine Day. Day will be training and mentoring aspiring track athletes during her time in Japan and will also play an advisory role to coaches. President of Netball Jamaica Karen Baugh says the association is in need of a financial boost to assist the country's under-21 team compete at the upcoming Netball Youth World Cup set for Gibraltar from September 19 to 28. Baugh says while the government and Jamaica Public Service Company JPS have already provided some assistance, there is still a funding gap of over $10 million.
11 to 12 million is what the shortfall is, because Gibraltar is far way away and quite expensive. So yeah, that's where we are in terms of the shortfall. Yeah.
This year's staging of the Youth World Cup is the first since 2017. Jamaica are two-time medalists at the tournament, having won bronze in 2013 and silver in 2000. According to the president, while they face financial challenges, the preparation of the team hasn't been affected.
So the preparation is not being impacted. They've been in camp since the beginning of June, and they'll break over the holidays here and then come back. So the preparation, that's where we've been focused, while in the background we're doing the fundraising to complete the preparations for their departure. So in terms of their actual preparation and working with the coach and being able to have the camp and those things, that's not being impacted.
Karen Baugh, president of Netball Jamaica. Jamaica lost by 76 runs to the Windward Islands at St. Mary's Park in St. Kitts on Thursday in their third-place playoff at the West Indies Rising Stars Under-19 Men's Cricket Tournament. Kurt Murray, 62, and captain Stephen Pascal, 60, combined to help the Windwards to 226 all-out in 46 overs. Ersinia Fontaine made 45 against Vital Laws, 3 for 39, and 2 wickets each for Revan Morgan and Tamari Redwood. The Jamaican reply lasted only 26 overs and 5 balls before they were dismissed for 150, with only captain Brian Barnes, 46, and Tyreek Bryan, 29, making any scores of worth against Theo Edward and Cody Fontenelle, 3 wickets each. Barbados won the title after beating the previously unbeaten USA, won by 6 wickets at Connery. The Americans made 212 all-out in 48.2 overs, and Barbados replied with 215 for 4 in 38.2 overs. And that's it for your morning sports.
Calling all businesses. Nationwide 90 FM's Back to School Fair is heading to Harmony Beach Park, Montego Bay on Saturday, August 9. And your brand should be there. With families from St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, Trelawney, and St. Elizabeth expected to attend, it's the perfect chance to connect directly with Back to School shoppers. Contact us at sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com or call 876-630-1210 to book your vendor space today.
In business this morning, JN Bank has released its new JN Pay wallet. It made the announcement in a statement to the media on Thursday. Chief of Branches and Digital Channels at JN Bank, Ricardo Distant, says it will further JN's effort to eliminate barriers to financial inclusion by allowing users, whether they have a bank account or not, to use the wallet. The JN Pay wallet allows users to access the central bank digital currency GEMDEX to transfer funds, pay utility bills, buy mobile credit, as well as deposit to and withdraw from a JN Bank account and JN Bank Smart ATM. All transfers made via the wallet are free of charges to users. To use the wallet, Mr. Distant says, all that is required is a user's tax registration number, phone number, and email address. He says a bank account is not required to use the wallet, although persons may link their JN Bank account to their JN Pay wallet if they choose to. JN Pay wallet was designed by JN Bank's sister company, MC Systems. Overseas, a U.S. tech company's chief people officer who was caught on a big screen at a Coldplay concert embracing the company's CEO has resigned. The firm told the BBC in a statement that Christine Cabot is no longer working for Astronomer. Her departure follows that of former CEO Andy Byron, who left last week after the firm announced he would be placed on leave and investigated. A video that went viral on social media shows a man and a woman identified by U.S. media as the Astronomer pair embracing on a jumbo screen at the arena. They abruptly ducked and hid when they realized their image was on the screen. Finally, in foreign exchange trading this morning, the Jamaican dollar has lost 1 cent and will open trading today, selling for an average $161.32 against the benchmark U.S. dollar. The Jamaican dollar has lost 30 cents and will open selling for an average $118.30 against the Canadian. And finally, the Jamaican has lost $1.09 and will begin trading for an average $217.31 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
Shipments with ease and convenience. Request a customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
6:31.
Upgrade your home or business. Instant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 8-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
If a hurricane mash up your house tomorrow, would your insurance fully cover it? Many Jamaicans are underinsured and don't even know it. One hurricane and they're paying millions out of pocket. BCIC's free property valuation tool is here to help everyone update their home's rebuilding cost. Plus, when you update your sum insured with BCIC, you'll get $5 million in free contents insurance and up to 12 months to...
Truth is, HIV affects everyone. Truth is, avoiding care leads to a weaker immune system. That means you could get really sick. The truth is, the hardest pill to swallow isn't the medication. It's the problems that follow when you don't take them. Let's get through this together. Remain in care. You can live life to the fullest with HIV. And that's the truth. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Working so hard like a soldier. Can't afford a thing on TV. Deep in my heart I abhor ya. Can't get food for the kid. Good God, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Who is to blame in what country? Never can get to the one. Dealing in multiplication. And they still can't feed everyone. Oh no, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Oh no, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
Morning. It's Friday morning. It's Friday everywhere in this hemisphere. And it is a glorious Friday here in Jamaica, in St. Andrew Parish, Kingston, the city. It is a great day to be alive as per usual. My name is, what they said it in Spanish, how they taught us to say it again? Me llamo Jorge Davis.
Oh, I'm Sandra Roden. I speak English. I probably can do a little Spanish,
Of course.
I don't know what. Let's pronounce my name weird in Spanish. I don't even try to interact with them like that. You know, when you go to other countries, George, and they speak another language, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
If I say so myself, I've heard many pronunciations of my name, but I think the Spanish do it best because there's an accent over my E at the end, and they get into it. You know, when they see accents, Sandre. Sandre. Are we getting it right? Yeah, you're good. I can't do anything about that. Just have to work with it.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat asking if I'm wearing a Liverpool jersey. No, man, it's a Man United jersey. It's Man United's away jersey for this for the coming new season.
Which is why he said the word glorious. I was going to ask him if that meant any trophies, but I left it.
Well, I have more trophies than you. I do. So I don't understand.
You know that age-old argument means so much, George, to all the faithful Man U fans.
Yeah, but it's
what
true.
I can say is,
but it's true.
At least we have a trophy.
Yeah, but you have trophies
this season.
Yeah, man.
No. At least we have a trophy from this season.
Yeah, that's good. That's true. But
yes.
we have.
Yes.
So I keep saying that when people freshing themselves with Manchester United fans, I realize it's just naked banter because it can't be anything serious. We're not Tottenham, we're not Everton, we're not Arsenal, we're not so many clubs. We're Manchester United. So I mean, we never won last year, we never won the year before. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. But we have a lot of trophies.
Just 12 years ago, yeah.
We have a lot of trophies to lay down, look pan and ball. That's all I'm saying.
At one point, George, I had so much faith in Tottenham finally winning the league. I had faith. I remember when Gareth Bale was there, and I know that, and then the transition to Harry Kane, and you're like, they're building a squad that can really take them to a title. And
falls down.
And Leicester City came.
Leicester City.
Very
good observation, because
if
Leicester City can win the league, you can't give me no excuse.
You cannot give me any excuse, George. Leicester City came up, and the crop of players that they had were not necessarily the best croppers you'd look at that season
Well,
when
they
they
weren't
had the
household
transfer.
names yet.
They weren't household names
Yeah.
yet.
Yep.
Because, of course, the great Jamaican Wes Morgan was a part of that
The
team.
captain of that team.
Captain of that team as well. And all those names now, Jamie Vardy's, etc.,
Yeah.
came on to leave that team. go on
Riyad
to other
Mahrez.
teams.
It had
Riyad
so many,
Mahrez.
Danny
Oof.
Drinkwater.
Yeah.
Richie Delat. Robert Huth in the back. So many. Oh, of course, N'Golo Kante.
Yes.
He went to your Chelsea. So great player.
Brilliant.
You know, as you talk about school, as you spoke about, I remember, I want to tell the listeners this story about Sandre. You ever had a teacher, was there ever a teacher in your high school who, for better or for worse, you never liked?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because you didn't feel like they treated. So in my case, it was a teacher who never taught me. But to how my friends used to complain about him, I end up never like the man because of how them talk about him. And to be fair, he was an excellent teacher, but so many of my friends were idlers in high school, as so many high school boys are idlers.
Yeah.
And because he was a no-nonsense disciplinarian, they didn't like how he dealt with them. But what made it bad for him, he didn't only seek to instill discipline in you, he wanted to humiliate you while enforcing discipline. And he humiliated me. Let me tell you how. We were in first form, and my friend and I, Kevin Parkinson, who died in a motor vehicle crash in Westmoreland years after, called him Dragon. So he was from Independence City in Portmore. So as grade 7 boys, we were boys. We were 10 years old. Yeah. Pick me. So we were at devotion and we were romping or playing, or boys do. So the teacher, Mr. Anderson, he saw us and stepped in to reprimand us. Now, you know what the man do? The man, never forget, to this day it still bone me. The man grabbed both of us, one in each hand, in the back of our pants, and lift way up, so, and I walk with we in the whole devotion.
What?
Yes, lift up the two boys, and everybody will laugh, all the girl them will laugh, everybody will laugh, and me shame like dog. I say, so, but sir, you could have just come and say, all right, boys, come over here or whatever, or pull us by the hand. The man girt we in the back of our pants, our pants waist, lift way up almost, I walk with we, and took us to the vice principal's office, Mr. Cameron. All right. So from that day there, me didn't like the man there. So one day, fifth form, I had friends who did electrical course in high school. So they always complain about him, about his overly officious way. He always tries to humiliate you and everything. And I remember I say, yeah man, the man humiliate me bad. So one day, I'm in fifth form now. Prefect. Down in the school, Yeah man, I'm here around the place, man. So I was walking at the back of the school. Now a delivery truck had just come in to bring some supplies to the canteen. So the back gate was wide open. So some people at that time would use the chance to slip out of the school and go them yard early or go wherever. So gate wide open. When me look at the man, me see a youth turn the corner from lower school. Turn the corner. A sprint. When me look, I hand some that missus behind him still, so I run him down.
That's a high knee.
Yeah, I huff and puff and the youth, I leave him, youth, I stretch the lead, And so him see me now. So I mean, the prefects wore white shirt. The boys wore white shirts. So him see me now from far. So him say, prefect, hold him. And the youth a sprint towards me now. So I position myself now to grab the boy. And then, when I position myself to grab the boy now, the youth see me take a step towards his path. So him say, please my youth, don't hold me, I beg you, please don't hold me. And in the moment, I remember when this did run me down and girt me in my pants. And it's like time froze. I'm gonna just kiss my teeth and move out there. And he would fly past me. And this chug. In slow motion, run past me too. So the boy ran through the back gate. So and he said, stop, breathless now. Turn around and look for me. in my mind, I say, where I go say no? You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing to me. You can't. And he just look for me and walk off. And I say, yeah. And I felt good. And that purged my system of 5 years
of hatred.
Of hatred. So when I did some checks now, I heard that the boy was in the library, horsing around with his friends and so forth. And just went in there to do something and saw the boy and reprimanded the boy. So he went up into the boy's face and was talking to him and draped up the youth. And the youth boxed him. Just and ran away. So he run down the youth, so that happened. So I felt even better.
Your action, for you, your actions are vindicated.
Yeah, man. Because that's how teachers react to young men, and so many male teachers get it wrong with how you treat young boys in school. We're growing, we're going to lark around, we're going to misbehave, we're going to be indisciplined. Yeah. You have to take a better approach. And had he been respectful, because I'm not saying I shouldn't have been reprimanded for horsing around in devotion, and I admit that. But you know, grow up people pitting in them pants. Because I'm sure if my parents had seen, my granny did see me, I would have a problem. And if Kevin's parents had seen him, because I say, yeah, but not like that. Yeah? Yeah, man. And the youth, they say, you give him a little neat box. Boom! And get out of him grasp and run out of the library. And he run down the youth. Now, I say, if I grab him.
Imagine if you had grabbed him.
For another teacher, definitely. Yeah. Because, of course, that's your role as a prefect, to share the discipline and to enforce the discipline. But I have no regrets.
None at all. I totally understand that.
No regrets whatsoever. So the thing is this. I always tell students, Sandre, that high school isn't difficult in terms of the work, It's growing up that's difficult.
Yeah.
And growing up gets in the way of schoolwork. And you start forming a different personality as a high schooler, and you start being influenced by certain things, and your parents have to fight hard to keep you on the right track. Your teachers have to be understanding, because teenage years are the most mistake-prone years of a person's life.
Yeah.
If you survive teenage years, you'll be fine for life. But if you get that period wrong, you're going to have some problems.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 6:47.
JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union offers financial solutions for every stage in your life: savings, auto loans, mortgages, and more. The temperature by JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, your financial partner for life, is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius out west in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in the cool hills of Mandeville.
I use the Radar app to help source my seeds and also my seedlings.
Me run my farm as a business, so I use the app for weather forecast and crop planning.
When me need me extension officer, I just book and visit on the app. Quick time she reach. We check pest alert every morning. Me now make her mash up my ground.
Real farmers, real support, real easy. Crop Radar and Farm Smarter. Get the mobile app on Android and iOS.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Why rush around town for back-to-school shopping? Nationwide 90 FM is making it easy at our back-to-school fair. Come get your child measured for uniforms, check their shoe size, and purchase essentials right there on the spot. St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth. We've got everything in one place just for you. That's Saturday, August 9, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Harmony Beach Park, Montego Bay. The Nationwide 90 FM Back to School Fair.
when you hear those horns, you know what time it is. It's time for Street Smart with Ludlow McLean. Good morning to you, Ludlow.
Morning time, Andre and George, respectively. We're looking at. Did George hear me? Anyway, it's bright and sunny this morning, and just some serious clouds and nimbus above. Nothing humorous at this point in time, but let me tell you, the roadways are looking good so far in terms of vehicular flow, and also depending on where you are. Those of you who are already on Washington Boulevard, you don't have much challenges. Even coming to that intersection of Malines Boulevard, you're coming from as far as the foot of Radius, linking with Malines Road, and heading out to the Boulevard Malines intersection. It's pretty good. And if you're going further up towards Washington, that intersection of Don Robin and Constance Spring Road, yeah, it's not too bad either. A little bit up there, but once the light changes, you're okay. But I'd say, generally speaking, there are gaps along all of the roads, Manning's Road, Constance Spring Road, and if you're on Charlton, going across to Charlton Avenue, then on to Charlton Road, it's all good. Shortwood Road, Grand Spain, at this time, no problems at all. And as you make your way around Barbican Road from east to west or west to east, it's pretty good going. East Kingos Road, not a challenge at this point in time. So there you go. It's really good conditions, excellent conditions for joggers, get their exercises and also a bit of vitamin D. So there you go. Sandra, it's back to you in the studios.
All right, thank you so much, Ludlow. It's now time for a word of the day.
Word of the day is spelled STELLIFEROUS. STELLIFEROUS.
Stelliferous. Stelliferous. Stelliferous.
Our word of the day is stelliferous. It is, let me see if I can find the meaning here. Yeah. Stelliferous. It is a word that it's an adjective meaning having or abounding with stars. Having or abounding with stars. So you could say that the Manchester United team of 98, 1999 was stelliferous. Yeah. Having or abounding with stars. Beckham, York, Cole, Sheringham, Scholes, Schmeichel, Giggs. Yeah, it was quite stelliferous. You could say the Arsenal team, the first double winning team under Wenger.
Okay.
You could use another word for stelliferous, which is constellation, talking about collection of stars.
Mm-hmm.
So stelliferous were the Arsenal double winning team under Wenger. The two double winning teams were stelliferous compositions. And Manchester United, for much of this Premier League history, has been quite stelliferous. Nationwide's cast of reporters and presenters, stelliferous.
You know which team normally has a stelliferous setup? Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah,
they've always, even if they're not winning trophies, they literally have some of the best players for every position.
Gold standard. I see some of you in the chat saying I got it wrong, that I wasn't 10 in high school. Yeah. Remember, it's common entrance, the old-time common entrance, and that it used to send children to high school, little boy and little girl, which is why we, especially the boys, we gave so much trouble. So, yeah, man, I was that when I got there in September 1992. All right? Back with features after, and then after that, the news at 7.
Making friends is a vital part of growing up and an important part of a child's social and emotional development. In Parenting Tips today, tips to help your child make friends. Friendships help kids build self-esteem and confidence. To be a good friend, children need to know how to understand other people's viewpoints and emotion, be sympathetic, how to be supportive, a good listener, non-judgmental, apologetic, forgiving, and trustworthy. Healthy friendships also teach important life skills, such as how to collaborate with others. Begin by taking the time to observe and understand how your child socializes. Attend a few activities at school, such as sports day, fun days, after-school activities, and pay close attention to how your child interacts with others. Do they behave differently than their norm at home? Your child may have a tough time starting conversations. Address your child's anxieties and fear of rejection. It's common for anxiety to play a role in children's social difficulties. Children who have a harder time initiating or maintaining friendships may have had negative experiences in social situations, and in many cases have already begun to expect to be rejected. The good news is that this anxiety can be addressed in a number of ways. Use role-playing to practice having conversation. Try play acting through different scenarios to help your child see that they can handle any outcome that emerges. Teach them deep breathing to manage anxiety in the moment. The most important step to helping your child get over their fear of social situations is to provide them with opportunities to have positive social interactions. The positive outcomes will ultimately dispel fear. They may have anxiety in large groups or a fear of public speaking, and that keeps them from engaging meaningfully with other children. Do they prefer to keep to themselves and observe instead of joining in? Depending on what behavior you see, you can then decide where to focus your attention, what skills need building, and how you can contribute. Perhaps they feel nervous about introducing themselves to children at school. Maybe they want to go up to the other children, but are nervous about how they might be received. Model positive social behavior. Children learn by example, so be mindful of how you interact with others. Every time you start a conversation with friends, the neighbors, or your coworker, your child is aware. Almost every scenario shown becomes a learning opportunity, allowing your child to see how you join in, conversate. Almost every scenario shown becomes a learning opportunity, allowing your child to see how you join in, converse, and even problem solve. Reinforce and praise. Make it exciting and rewarding to practice trying new things. Even when your child is making slow progress, make sure to reinforce their efforts. Acknowledge each small success and let them know how proud you are that they kept trying. A true friend accepts who you are, but also helps you become who you should be. That's it for Parenting Tips today.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.
Sometimes we forget how important it is to have water. So today, I'll remind you about the many benefits of drinking water. I'm Tana, and Lifestyle Pages starts now. Consuming lots of water is a booster for your energy levels. Water also flushes out toxins because you remove waste through sweat and urination. And the good old trick to improve your skin is to have lots of water. It improves skin complexion, moisturizes your skin, gets rid of wrinkles, and it's the best anti-aging treatment around. Drinking plenty of water helps fight against the flu. It's also a natural headache remedy. Water helps relieve and prevent headaches. Ladies, consuming lots of water also relieves menstrual cramps. Finally, you will love this one. It saves you money. Even if you choose bottled water, it's still cheaper than a sugar-filled drink. Water is free. I'm Tana, and those were your Lifestyle Pages.
News on the go. The latest stories from Jamaica and around the world are literally a finger tap away. Keep up to date with Teen Revolution 24 hours a day online via nationwideradiojm.com. Listen live, read the latest stories, hear every soundbite. Be a part of the vibrant online debate via Facebook and Twitter. Now you can get all your favorite premium nationwide content at your convenience. Visit the Android Play Store and download it for free today. NationwideRadioJM.com. All day, every day. Team Revolution.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, let's make road safety a priority. Slow down, stay focused. Remember, every life matters. The time brought to you by the JIS is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore, Kingston Normal Bay. The temperature by National Supply is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 this morning, Friday, July 25, 2025, JTA welcomes Education Ministry decision to cut course load for some students entering grade 7. But the opposition PNP say the reduced workload for struggling students is inadequate. Education Minister agrees with calls for harsher penalties for bus stoning. And in international news, French plan to recognize Palestinian state draws fire from Israel and the US.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Dr. Mark Smith, says the decision by the Ministry of Education to ease the academic load for some students entering grade 7 is a step in the right direction.
I've often articulated the need for us to focus with laser-like precision on literacy and numeracy, particularly in schools, as the children come with great deficits in those two subjects. We have to understand that as far as the concepts of modern intelligence is, literacy and numeracy are the building blocks of the whole construct of modern intelligence. And so we have to understand that providing this greater wiggle room or flexibility is a good move in the right direction.
Under the new policy, students who are identified as struggling will now be allowed to take only 6 subjects instead of the usual 10 or more. The ministry will use its curriculum instruction and assessment roadmap to identify those students who require a lighter course load. That roadmap guides the ministry's pathway policy, which allows the curriculum to be tailored based on students' academic levels and needs. Dr. Smith says the new policy will not be burdensome for teachers.
Many schools have actually gone ahead and taken the initiative to develop special programs to cater to students as part of good governance and management of an institution. Where necessary, many have written to the ministry seeking approval to tailor programs. But I think what the minister is attempting to do, and the ministry by extension, is pretty much giving a green light to that level of flexibility and autonomy of schools. And I think that is a push in the right direction. And you look at many education systems that do very well targeting and meeting students where they are, ensuring that the programs are fit for purpose, really provides greater autonomy to the leadership and the teachers in the school to tailor programs to meet the children where they are.
Dr. Mark Smith, president of the JTA, he was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Thursday. Meanwhile, the president of the National Parent-Teacher Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, Stuart Jacobs, says parents and students alike will be relieved by the new policy.
The fact that students will now have the opportunity to strengthen their weak areas rather than having to contend with just finishing at the curriculum. This, of course, will put them in a good stead to prepare for their culminating exams after being placed on the most suitable pathways. And for us parents, it means that come September, for those of the students that are going to be placed on the 6 subjects, 7 subjects other than the 10, it means that we can now monitor closer and feel a little bit more relieved that our children are performing at their pace rather than performing at the pace of the whole pack. Because there are children who are slow movers, they will come on at the end of the race, but they can't move with the pack at the same time. And so we really welcome it. It is a relief going into the new school year.
Stuart Jacobs, president of the NPTAJ. The opposition spokesman on education, Senator Damian Crawford, is describing as inadequate the reduced subject load for struggling students entering grade 7. Speaking Thursday at a PNP policy breakfast in St. Andrew, Senator Crawford also criticized the extra literacy and numeracy questions rolled into the primary exit profile test for grade 6 students.
But if you can't read and comprehend, what are you going to learn from the 6 subject? It's like they say, oh, we're going to test literacy now in PEP. That don't make no sense. The PEP results come 2 weeks before school done, so what's going to be an intervention? They're just talking things, just saying foolishness. If you can't learn 10, you can't learn 6, because if you can't read and comprehend, you can't learn any. So within it, you have word recognition, you have word sounding, you have comprehension. Most of our children even when then the word recognition is failing at the comprehension hurdle. So if I'm doing history, don't I need to be able to comprehend? Don't I need to be able to read? Don't I need to be able to access and assess? So while I might give you history things to read, your focus is on the literacy.
The reduced subject load plan was announced on Wednesday by a chairman of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, ETOC, Dr. Adrian Stokes. The plan is to come on stream at the start of the new school year in September. Dr. Stokes says students who need academic assistance will be taken through a more targeted program to ensure they are better equipped to complete secondary school successfully. Senator Crawford says the PNP has a superior plan to raise the literacy and numeracy levels.
We feel that we should have a full immersion in literacy and numeracy for persons who are incapable to read in 7th grade, and therefore that first year will be a remedial 7, that they will be fully immersed in just numeracy, literacy, and English as a second language. They will then have a second year of 7th grade for the educational components or the subject components, and therefore their 6 years thereafter. That 7-year experience will include a remedial 7.
Senator Damian Crawford, opposition spokesman on education. The chairman of ETOC, Dr. Adrian Stokes, says while he supports the need for more consultation on the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, the legislation must swiftly be enacted.
We need to ensure that we're not going after perfection here, because sometimes we can let the perfect be the enemy of the good. What's important sometimes is to make a start. Have a bill, have a good bill. There can be adjustments, there can be amendments over time. We don't want to be kicking the can down the road, but notwithstanding, as I said, collaboration is important, ensuring that the critical stakeholders, all the stakeholders, get an opportunity to provide feedback, and if possible, take those recommendations, suggestions on board.
Dr. Adrian Stokes, chairman of ETOC, speaking Wednesday at the committee's quarterly press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon says she expects new consultations on the bill to be wrapped up by October. The new consultations were opened after the Jamaica Teachers Association raised concern about aspects of the bill, which was passed in the Senate back in April. The opposition spokesman on education, Senator Damian Crawford, says while the bill passed with bipartisan support, the opposition had no power to stop its passage despite voicing concern about sections of the proposed legislation. The Education Minister, Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, says she agrees with calls for harsher penalties for those found guilty of stoning buses operated by the state-owned Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC.
I agree completely, because these are important resources, important to our country. There was a time when we couldn't buy these without ending in a whole lot of debt. Now we've done the hard work. We've done the hard work to be able to afford these vehicles, afford ones that are nice enough that people want to be on them, that are air conditioned. And so if someone is willing to stone them, deface them in any way, destroy them in any way, they should be penalized significantly.
According to the JUTC, several stoning incidents have been reported across the corporate area. At least 8 new buses, which were only added to the JUTC fleet last week, were vandalized. A teenager is in custody in connection with one of the stoning incidents. The police are also searching for 5 men in connection with stoning incidents. Minister Morris-Dixon, who was speaking with Nationwide News on Wednesday, says there are grounds for concern about what will happen come September under the rollout of the Rural School Bus Program.
I am extremely concerned. These buses have been brought to our country in order to facilitate the movement of Jamaicans, and a lot of our children do use those buses. This is unacceptable. For a lot of people, the JUTC is a lifeline. And so for us to be stoning those buses, I'm extremely concerned. And I'm concerned that we're not talking enough about what kind of message this is sending. And when the school buses come in September, we are going to have to really reckon with it as a country. Are we really okay with something that's supposed to be helping our people being stoned? We have to make it known that this is not the Jamaica that all of us want to be a part of, and that we are building, we're actively building.
Dana Morris-Dixon. She is the Minister of Education. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz is lamenting the recent spike in road fatalities. His opposition counterpart, Michael Phillips, has criticized the government for not doing enough to address known crash hotspots across the island. But Minister Vaz says some motorists continue to drive erratically despite the roads being properly marked.
While I extend condolences to the families of those who have lost their life tragically in motor vehicle accidents, I want to make it clear that based on the discussions with the police, that the areas in which these crashes are taking place are properly marked and without obstruction. It is a fact that some of the drivers continue to drive erratically. And I know that the police over the last 2 months have increased their presence on the road conducting speed and breathalyzer tests. Unfortunately, just this last Tuesday,
The Island Traffic Authority reports that 223 people have been killed in road crashes since January 1 this year. That's 31 more than the 192 fatalities recorded for the corresponding period in 2024. Minister Vaz says he's particularly disturbed that many fatal crashes involve excessive speeding, distracted driving, the non-use of seatbelts and safety gear, and in some cases, impaired driving. He notes that these are preventable causes that demand a complete cultural shift in how Jamaicans treat the roads and each other. According to the minister, this is not simply a law enforcement issue. He says what is needed is a cultural shift in how citizens approach road safety. He's calling on every road user to take responsibility for their actions and recognize that reckless choices have fatal consequences.
there's an increase in the total amount of tickets year over year. There is a substantial increase in the number of persons that have been arrested for driving under the influence. To date, for 2025, 56 persons. So again, the police are doing what they need to do. And of course, I'm calling on all well-thinking Jamaicans to take time on the roads, as these loss of lives are very unfortunate and unnecessary.
Meanwhile, Minister Vaz wants the courts to streamline the penalties for motorists who engage in dangerous and reckless driving.
I am extremely concerned. These buses have been brought to our country.
There were 5 cases in court in Montego Bay, and unfortunately, the fines for driving under the influence were $7,000 or 5 days in jail. No suspension of license. Yet in Maypen on Wednesday, there was a fine of $50,000 or 3 months in jail and the driver's license suspended for 12 months. So I really am expecting that the court and the judges will take a zero tolerance approach to driving under the influence of alcohol and deal with it accordingly, as not suspending the licenses will allow for them to repeat their actions in short order.
Darrell Vaz, Transport Minister. A 60-year-old Portland man has been charged with rape following an incident in March this year. Charged is Junior Simpson, otherwise known as Rasta, of Fairy Hill in the parish. Reports from the Port Antonio police are that on March 24, around 5 p.m., Simpson entered a woman's house. He allegedly took $3,000 from his pocket and placed it in her handbag. He then allegedly demanded sex from her, and when she refused, he pushed her onto a bed and sexually assaulted her. Following the ordeal, the woman made a report to the police and an investigation was launched. Simpson was taken into custody on Thursday, July 17. He was charged on Tuesday, July 22, after he was pointed out in an identification parade. According to the police, Simpson also gave a confession statement. His court date is being finalized. Charlton Avenue in St. Andrew is to be closed to vehicular traffic for 5 weeks starting Saturday, July 26. The National Works Agency says the closure is to facilitate the start of rehabilitation works. Charlton Avenue runs off Shortwood Road and through the Charlton Gully. The asphalted section nearest the gully is prone to erosion. It was patched earlier this year but is again showing signs of degradation. The NWA says the roadwork will include applying reinforced concrete pavement to a section of the roadway. It will also involve the installation of curbs and channels as well as hot mix patching. During the period of closure, no through traffic will be allowed. Single lane access will, however, be maintained for persons who reside in the corridor or who have business there. An item of regional news now. The United Nations says there is a surge in acute malnutrition among children in Haiti. In a statement this week, the UN's Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said ongoing violence and mass displacement are severely impacting children's access to food, health services, and education. It says the situation is intensified by rampant insecurity and a severe lack of humanitarian funding. Since the start of 2025, UNICEF and its partners have screened more than 200,000 children for acute malnutrition. Of that number, over 21,000 have been admitted for treatment for severe acute malnutrition. This represents just 17% of the nearly 130,000 expected to need life-saving care this year. International news now. Israel and the United States have condemned the decision by France to recognize a Palestinian state. French President Emmanuel Macron said on Thursday that he intends to formalize the decision at the United Nations General Assembly in September. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the move rewards terror and risks creating another Iranian proxy. In a post on X, he added, quote, "A Palestinian state in these conditions would be a launchpad to annihilate Israel, not to live in peace beside it." End quote. His defense minister, Israel Katz, described the move as a disgrace and a surrender to terrorism. Meanwhile, Washington says it strongly rejects Macron's plan. Posting on X, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the decision reckless and a slap in the face to the victims of October 7. That's the news.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:16.
Rent or buy your hurricane supplies from Total Tools. Visit 102 Main Street, Oterius, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston 5, or Lot C6, Drax Hall, St. Anne's Bay. The temperature brought to you by Total Tools Jamaica is
30 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Our Jamaican family, the Jamaica Labour Party Choose Jamaica Juggernaut, rolls into East and West Portland for a festive gospel concert, workers' meeting and awards ceremony this Sunday, July 27th at the West Portland Constituency Office, 5 p.m. Come hear from the dynamic action duo, Darrell and Anne-Marie Vaz, along with Deputy Leader James Robertson, MPs Dr. Christopton, Matthew Samuda, Floyd Green, Robert Morgan, Colonel Charles Jr., Dr. Michelle Charles, Senator Abka Fitzendi and others. Main address comes from Prime Minister and Party Leader, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Yours truly, MP Carencia, will marshal the proceedings as we bombard mine, protect our children with bus after bus after bus after bus, and deliver messages of hope and prosperity. Glory in the highest, as the good book says. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Shout to the Lord. East and West Portland Gospel Concert, Workers' Meeting and Awards Ceremony this Sunday, July 27, West Portland Constituency Office, 5 p.m. Showers of blessing. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Rex, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Time now for Street Smarts 2 with Ludlow McLean. Good morning, Ludlow.
Oh, George, morning. You're at the wicket.
Yes, man.
I was going in shouting in the area, you know?
Yeah, man.
All right. The situation out here, George, listeners, motor and protocol visitors, I can't leave them out, and all our transport operators, is that it's pretty good coming from, especially if you're coming from the Manor Park area, Kingston 8, Constant Spring Road, flowing. If you're going through Charlton, it's still pretty good. But it's a heavier flow along Constance Spring, but guess what? It's moving, and this is southbound. If you're heading northbound, going back in the same direction, it's not a problem. But in the vicinity of Mary Brown, there's a little bit of traffic there, but moves again. And going further down Constance Spring Road, you'll see the little bit up there, coming, especially on the Dunrobin side. But going through Shorter Road, it's still not too bad. Going around Barbican Road, there's a little bit more traffic, but nothing to cause any delay at this particular point in time. And then, what's happening on the eastern side? If you're in the Harborview area, coming through to St. Floresdale Glasgow Highway, onto Michael Manley Boulevard in both directions, whether they're heading east or west, it's not a problem. I know. I can tell you though, however, the traffic builds like maybe at 8 or a little bit after, gets a bit heavier, especially if you're coming from the Bull Bay area, 7 miles into the Harborview roundabout there. It builds in that particular area, so be aware of that. However, if you're going off to Norman Manley and Port Royal, you won't have any problems at all. But just remember, motorists, as the morning progresses, there will be a little bit more traffic as you make your way to your various destinations. And as usual, George, I'm concerned about that area between Wellington Drive, Monroe Road, Wellington Drive, and that takes you up to Mona Road. I know there's some work going on, but I believe some motorists are still unaware that they're putting in our lane pipes because there's no initial sign there. I don't know if there's anything on air or in the papers or any form of media that road will be blocked off for a period of time. So I don't know.
There's a sign on Mona Road just as you're going to turn onto Monroe, but it was placed there when the work started. And my problem is that the work is going at a leisurely pace. It's like they've locked off a significant road in the corporate area, and whenever them done is when them done. There's just, yeah.
And the end result is a backup of traffic going up towards Polo Road to in the Matilda's corner, and then some people are trying to make it through Hope Pass, so Charlemont Avenue, Charlemont Drive, then onto Hope Boulevard to bypass that area.
One day last week, it took me 3 hours and 16 minutes from Monroe Road to get to New Kingston.
Oh, you should have called me, George. I would have.
No, where I was, not even the Lord could have helped me. Well, only the Lord could have helped me. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Put on the wings next time.
Yes,
All
man. Yes, man. Time now for front page. Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. 7:24 on this Friday morning, Friday, July 25, 2025. This is the front page. My name is George.
Yeah, I'm Sondre Roden. Of course, we're turning our attention to something interesting. We're focusing on political campaigning and complaints. Head of the Political Ombudsman Unit, LaFron Thompson, says there are no signs of political tension in the Kingston Central constituency. The observation comes after gunshots rang out near the location of the JLP meeting held in the constituency on Sunday night. The police have since stated that the incident does not appear to be politically motivated. Officials from the Office of the Political Ombudsman and the Police High Command toured sections of the Central Kingston constituency on Tuesday morning following Sunday night's incident, and the Office of the Political Ombudsman is appealing to all political actors and their supporters for the exercise of good judgment, responsible conduct, and adherence to the principles of peaceful political engagement. It says, no act of violence, real or perceived, should be tolerated or allowed to interfere with the conduct of free and fair elections. We're joined this morning by Registrar of the Political Parties and Liaison in the Office of the Political Ombudsman, LaFron Thompson. Good morning, LaFron.
Good morning. Thank you for the invite.
Good having you on. So, the reports coming in from Central Kingston from your office and also from the police is that the incident that would have happened on Sunday night, it was not politically motivated. What would have led to that conclusion from your assessments?
Well, first off, when we heard this item of news, the Political Ombudsman Division was concerned to establish that the reported information was true and to establish what was the cause or what would have been the basis of this kind of activity. So we engaged the Police High Command of the constituency in Central Kingston to ask that there be inquired into the particulars of the circumstances to establish what exactly were the facts. And, of course, the report from the division was that it was not politically motivated, in that it was not political supporters acting against opposing sides, but there was some kind of infraction between groups within the vicinity who would have been acting up or much of a show of strength against each other.
So
the political ombudsman then having established, being informed of that, we would have had a visit to the area.
Mm-hmm.
And the visit had two purposes. First, to meet with the police division's high command, to follow up on the investigation that we had requested. And secondly, to conduct a community walkthrough as part of ongoing monitoring and outreach. And given the mandate of the division, it is to promote peaceful political activity and to reinforce the political code of conduct. Our presence was meant to observe the interactions on the ground and to get a feel of what is the political climate operating. And, of course, to demonstrate our commitment to peaceful coexistence. We wanted to see that being demonstrated and to have interactions with the persons who are present to really have an idea what is going on. We engaged with community members and observed campaign activity firsthand, and we could see that there was mutual coexistence, peaceful coexistence, it seems, and persons were calm and interacting well with each other. The visit, it allowed us to better assess the situation, and to, of course, the messaging was to reinforce the values of restraint, civility, and political tolerance that the political ombudsman advocates.
The question I have for you, LaFron, is did you ask any of the residents that would have been present on that evening what occurred, or was that not a part of the engagement with the community?
Well, we were present and we asked, what has it been like? We see that political campaigning was evident, how has it been in the community? We sought to get an idea of coexistence, what is happening. We had spoken to the police about the issue, and we got a feedback. So we went into the community to have them engage with us and tell us about the political experience they have been having. And it was not identified that they had any conflicts. They did not report such.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is because the police, when they would have spoken to us, they said, I think Monday, that they wouldn't have, they didn't catch any of the suspects, or they didn't have suspects yet. They were investigating.
Yeah.
So based on that type of conversation, persons still have suspicions, which I'm guessing the Office of the Political Ombudsman would be able to engage the individuals directly. But let me take a break, and I'm going to come back on that question.
Okay.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is...
It's 7:30.
Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 630 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
The 4th Jamaica Summit of Excellence in Leadership and Business is happening July 23rd to 25th at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean in Kingston. Billionaire investor Michael Lee Chin is opening it with a powerful keynote. Join 20-plus world-class speakers covering everything from business and investment to AI, mental health, women empowerment, and more. Delegates are flying in from around the world. Will you be in the room? Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at eventbrite.ca. This isn't just a conference, it's a movement. Don't miss it. Visit JamaicaSummitOfExcellence.com.
Teach your kids smart money habits starting now. Open a student saving account on the spot. Enjoy financial literacy games and get budgeting tips just in time for the new school year. It's all at the nationwide 90 FM Back to School Fair, where families get real value. Saturday, August 9, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Harmony Beach Park, Montego Bay. It's the nationwide 90 FM Back to School Fair.
All right, we're back with you. We are speaking with Lafron Thompson, liaison officer in the office of, registrar of political parties and liaison in the office of the political ombudsman. I was on that conversation really trying to understand the mandate of the office of the political ombudsman in situations as with Sunday evening when gunshots were heard at a meeting in central Kingston. So I know Lafron told me she spoke with the police, but I wanted to understand from you if it's a case that in your mandate you'd also engage with residents, in a way to understand what would have happened. I know you said at length that, you asked about the political temperature, what it's like on the ground, but did you get to anybody that was in the vicinity, saw what happened, heard what happened, and would have spoken to you? Lafron? I think we might have lost her. Yes, we're trying to get her back just now.
All right. So I'm waiting for her to come back, because when you're done with this line, I want to deal with the issue of advertising, because there was a fascinating discussion elsewhere about political advertising and whether or not those should be ministries or government should be barred from advertising in the run-up to an election because certain stations are getting too much and certain stations are getting too little. Well, that's not what the host certainly asserted, but the sentiment from some people, as shared by her from her social media and by at least what the PNP representative was saying. And just that, parties in power use the opportunity to use state resources to advance their own agenda, reasons why they should remain in office under the guise of giving the public information about the services and work of a particular ministry, department, or agency. And there was a huge conversation about that. So I'd like to ask the Ombudsman if she's gotten any complaints in that regard. And, if there is the feeling at the ECJ level, the Ombudsman level, if there's a problem with advertising, because I find it remarkable that can be an issue. What I have no tolerance for is when state events and advertisements from ministries, departments, and agencies, when any partisanship bleeds into those advertisements. That's a no-no for me. Yeah? But, I mean, for instance, if a prime minister is breaking ground somewhere and I'm a comrade and I hear that my prime minister is breaking ground and I go there in my orange and I will go with a trumpet and I, sound my trumpet when the comrade leader is speaking / prime minister. I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean that they should bar people like me? They should bar labor rights from events where Holiness is at ringing bells? Because that's where those people go to see their leader. So it's a very difficult thing. I don't know if we can use lime to take the milk out of coffee, as old time people said could be done. And that's what it appears is the best solution. And I mean, who does that satisfy? So that's something that the Ombudsman may very well be troubled to deal with. And I hear Raymond Price saying that, when the PNP comes into office, it will take steps in the area of restricting certain kind of advertisements from being played on radio. And it all sounds like mumbo jumbo in cursive, but I'd like to hear Miss Lafron on that if we get her back. We're still trying to make that reconnection.
Yeah, but my view on it, George, is that the agencies, the departments, the ministries, they far outlast any one government in power. You'll know people who are civil servants at the highest level of these agencies from 1980, 1970 to up to now. People who would have joined the civil service at the start of the roaring 2000s, and then not the roaring 90s, no, the roaring 2000s. And then they're still in the civil service, have gone to the highest level. She's back with us. All right. Going to your question, George, based on the time.
No, man. You finish
up.
Finish
All right. Lafron, you hearing us clearly?
Yes.
Right. So I was asking you if, based on your mandate, you'd have interacted with individuals on the ground personally to find out what would have happened on Sunday night, or is it that you'd have just accepted the report from the police?
Well, we spoke with the police, being guided by their report, and of course, they're part of our investigative arm here at the Political Ombudsman Division. In being in the community on the ground as the representative of the Political Ombudsman, I would have spoken to community members just to ask what has been happening, to get a feel of what is going on. Because we're in this space and we were just engaging with the persons. We informed them we were from the entity. And of course, they shared with us that things have been going on well and they are hopeful for this election season. The Political Ombudsman has investigators attached, and we have a relationship with the JCF that guides and informs the direction of how it is that we conduct our information. It is our mandate, as in whichever form, to investigate and to ascertain the facts of different cases and their different methods. The police really being a help in this instance, and also the other private investigators that we have attached, that we give information as of how to seek information for the facts that we seek to unearth.
All right, thank you for that, George.
Lafron, morning again. This issue of political advertising, has the Ombudsman's office, have you fielded any complaints from any quarter about government using government advertising tinged with partisanship in this election period?
No, we have not gotten any such complaints.
And I know you just to ensure that you're not only just responding to the specific question I asked, because you could say, well, George, no, I've not gotten any in the way you've described it. Have you gotten any complaints regarding political advertising at all?
There have been none about political advertising. There have been complaints about acts of vandalism.
Yes.
Accusations of insightful language, and really intolerances in the political space, but none about advertising in relation political activities.
Does the entities and the difficulty comes in now because I don't know if I should ask you from the ECJ perspective or the Ombudsman's office perspective, but I'll ask and you fit it where it applies. Has there been any concern about the quality or the tone or the purity of advertising from ministries, departments, or agencies in this period within the organization itself?
The political ombudsman has not expressed a focus on looking at advertisements emerging out of ministries or departments. The ombudsman is concerned that in every kind of politicking, advertising, or the sort, that there is the practice, the message of tolerance and civility, peaceful coexistence, but not really looking to assess or measure where or what is a source of political advertising in terms of cost, etc.
All right, and just outside of the cost, just the last one on this because I don't want to flag the horse to death. But you in terms of what the ministries and departments and agencies, MDAs of government are putting out, there is no concern internally about whether or not partisan political ads are being played under the guise of advancing and informing the public about the work of government. I just want to nail that down.
That has not been a focus of the political ombudsman, not at this point.
All right, hear you on that. You spoke to the number of complaints you would have gotten, though, about vandalism, and this happens every political cycle. Would you say that at this stage of the campaign, which is not officially underway because we know that that period between nomination day and election day is official, but would you say that you're running ahead of usual election periods or you're about par?
I wouldn't say we're running ahead. We are reading the environment. We're anticipating potentially what may happen. And we're looking at the activities in the field. And we understand what political rivalry can bring about. And, of course, while persons, or it may be dismissed that, these actions are sometimes minor and par for the course in competitive campaigning, they often become flashpoints for violence. They're in the political environment. They're marks of provocation. It can be read as intimidation, and it can fuel retaliation between rival supporters. So we strongly discourage these acts. We anticipate them, and we look when we're at this point. No, an election has not been called, and still we're having this kind of activity. So we remind what the political code of conduct requires, that is our guiding framework, and of course, outlining the expectations for respectful and peaceful political activity, urging restraint, tolerance, and the use of fair public spaces. That is always relevant before and after a political period. And so in anticipating what may happen, the political ombudsman is seeking to carry out its mandate in a manner that is timely and really reading the political temperature of the day.
And the last one before you go, LaFron Thompson, this question is necessitated by the fact that there was so much discussion about this issue, the role that the ECJ is having to play, the new duties that you and a couple of colleagues have been tasked with to man this office. Administratively and from a practical point of view, are you coping with the demands placed on you as registrar of political parties and now liaison in the office of the political ombudsman? Are you and those tasked with this responsibility finding it wieldy from an administrative and a practical perspective?
Well, George, I'd say that the office, I am handling the portfolio well so far. It's a work in progress, and you learn along the way. As the Registrar of Political Parties, I was originally appointed to oversee registration, regulation and compliance of political parties under the law, to include campaign financing and financial disclosures. Most recently, my role was expanded to include liaison for the political ombudsman, where I coordinate the day-to-day operations of the division. In that, I receive complaints, I lead investigations, we engage with stakeholders, and we prepare reports for the Commission's consideration. So it is a lot administratively, but it is not that which is above my capability, I'd say. While the 9-member Commission is the official ombudsman, I serve as the face and the operational lead in the division at this time. And it is a portfolio of which I am confident that I can handle.
Yes, and just before you go, just remind us how many political parties to this point have registered to contest the election whenever it's called?
There are 4 registered political parties.
4. JLP, PNP, JPP, and UIC?
That is it, exactly so.
All right, hear you on that. Thank you this morning, Lafron. All the best to you and the team.
Oh, you too? Thanks.
All right, good. After the break, listeners, that matter concerning the councillor for the White Horses Division in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, who finds himself in a spot of bother, a report from SCJ Holdings, unflattering for Hubert Williams, will tell you what the report says.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 7:45.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is...
It's 30 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Ready to take your business beyond borders? JAMPRO, the national agency driving exports and investments, is on a mission to supercharge Jamaican businesses. An agency of the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, JAMPRO is bringing you an exciting radio series that's all about growing your exports and unlocking international opportunities. From expert insights to real opportunities, tune in to learn more about Jamaica's export advantage.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. Burger King, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Cheese and peas, man I like. I got my sec when me taste the new cheesy fries. Just 5 bills with creamy cheese sauce. I load it up your way, you are the boss. Everybody sing this part. Who wants something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas.
Get the new cheesy fries, limited time only at Burger King.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Come out in your numbers as the Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 1 presents in Andrew Northwestern Choose Jamaica constituency meeting this Sunday at the Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. sharp. Come here, champion Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie, host Member of Parliament Dwayne Smith, MPs Juliet Holness, Delroy Chuck, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Senators Cavan, Galen, Marlon Morgan, Live Wire, Venetia Phillips and others. Jamaica Labour Party active and strong in St. Andrew Northwestern. Constituency meeting this Sunday, Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. We choose Jamaica. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Please be advised that on Sunday, July 27, the Mayor's Parlour will air at 12 p.m. This will temporarily replace the usual broadcast of Amazing Word at that time. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you for your understanding.
All right, back with us. We did tell you about that a report sent to the chairman of SCJ Holdings. Yeah, that's the sugar company of Jamaica Holdings. That's Mr. Cleveland Allen. He's the chairman. The Cleveland Allen is the chairman. The report was sent to him by the managing director, Nigel Myrie. The report was prepared for July 22, 2025, which was earlier this week, July 22. And it's a 3-page report. And it does not paint the councillor for the White Horses Division and former mayor of Morant Bay, Hubert Ryan Williams, in the best light. We must tell you before we read the report that yesterday we did speak to Councillor Williams, giving him the opportunity to respond. He declined the opportunity, saying he's not doing any interviews, not giving any interviews, and whatever is in the report, so let it be. If anybody wants to talk about the thing in detail, they can ask his attorney to respond, and that's what he said. And he said he acknowledges the opportunity we're giving him to respond, but he does not want any opportunity to respond. He said that flatly. Okay? So this is the background now, Sandre. We can read alternately, so I'll start. The background. Remember I told you that this report was prepared for Cleveland Allen, the chairman of SCJ Holdings. And it was prepared by Nigel Myrie, managing director of said entity. And it was prepared for July 22, 2025, which was earlier this week. It says, SCJ Holdings Limited is actively engaged in a land regularization initiative aimed at formalizing the tenure of persons, including farmers, who occupy lands at the Morant Estate in St. Thomas. This effort is a part of SCJH's broader mandate to promote agricultural development, provide land tenure security, and encourage responsible land stewardship. On July 17, 2025, SCJH Senior Field Officer convened a stakeholder meeting with land occupants and interested parties adjacent to McQueen's Hardware, Morant Bay, to discuss terms and procedures related to regularization. During this scheduled meeting, it says Mr. Ryan Williams, which is Hubert Williams, same person, current councillor, former mayor of Morant Bay, and former chairman of the municipality, interrupted the proceedings in a disruptive, boisterous, and threatening manner, accompanied by approximately 5 to 6 individuals. Mr. Williams is accused of 5 things. 1. He is accused of accusing SCJH and its representatives of being scammers. 1. 2. Publicly declared that SCJ does not own the land in question. 3. Instructed attendees not to engage with SCJH representatives or participate in the regularization process. 4. Advised against signing any agreements with SCJH. And 5. Asserted that when the PNP returns to government, the lands would be freely given to informal occupants.
It is important to note that Mr. Williams himself is allegedly an unauthorized occupant. We have squatter here in bracket of approximately 10 acres on the very lands at Morant Estate near McQueen's Hardware. Additionally, he occupies approximately 5.35 acres of SCJH land at the PGR Estate in Eastern St. Thomas, but has vehemently refused to formalize. See attached, Mr. Williams is also known to provide tractor services to local farmers. Accordingly, Mr. Williams would be liable to the extent of $165,850 for 4 years of occupation in relation to the PGR land. And based on the regularization formula for St. Thomas, he would be required to pay $234,600 in men's profit and lease.
It continues, Mr. Williams' conduct poses a serious threat to the success and integrity of the SCJH's regularization efforts. The negative impacts include his public denunciation of SCJH as scammers, and his claim that SCJH does not own the land has created confusion and mistrust among the occupants, undermining months of community engagement and sensitization efforts. By instructing occupants not to cooperate or sign agreements, Mr. Williams has actively interfered with the legal process of regularizing land tenure, possibly preventing legitimate beneficiaries from securing secure occupancy. Mr. Williams' statement linking land allocation to a future change in government introduces political instability into a public land administration process, compromising neutrality and creating unrealistic expectations among informal settlers. Given his own status as a squatter and a leaseholder in breach, Mr. Williams' behavior, the report says, promotes defiance of land agreements, emboldening others to withhold payments or resist formalization. As a tractor service provider, Mr. Williams may have a financial incentive to preserve informal tenure where his services are more easily negotiated without formal oversight. His interference, therefore, raises concerns about self-serving motivations.
Mr. Ryan Williams is the conclusion and recommendations now. His actions on July 17, 2025 represent a deliberate obstruction of a lawful and socially beneficial initiative. His conduct has delayed the implementation timeline of the Morant Estate regularization, eroded community trust, encouraged illegal land occupation and non-compliance with lease obligations, politicized a process that is intended to be equitable, non-partisan, and transparent. Now, the recommendations are as follows. 1. Formal legal review of Mr. Williams's occupation of SCJH lands and enforcement of remedies for breach of lease. 2. Engagement with the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development regarding Mr. Williams's conduct in his capacity as a councillor. 3. Public clarification campaign to reaffirm SCJH's legal title and objectives. 4. Increased presence of SCJH personnel and community outreach teams to counter misinformation. 5. Referral of the matter to the relevant authorities for investigation into possible incitement or interference with lawful administrative proceedings. And this, of course, is the end of this report sent to Mr. Cleveland Allen, chairman of the SCJH, from Mr. Nigel Myrie, who is the managing director.
And again, we repeat, listeners, viewers, that we called Hubert Williams on Thursday. Chevron Campbell spoke to him, and he was told he was on record. And on the record, he says he does not wish to address anything on the record. And Chevron asserted that, Mr. Williams, may I remind you that again you're on the record, and I'm giving you the opportunity to speak. Him say, yeah, I know I'm on the record. Me no want an opportunity to speak. I am not responding. So this is just what the substance of the report was, and we felt it necessary to share that to you. Now, in an unrelated matter, Mr. Williams has a court matter looming, because recall that he was charged with assaulting the police, a video showing him and some of his associates in a heated argument with police at a location in St. Thomas. So he has been charged, and he has a court date, I think next week, maybe even next week, that he has to go to court. And so it's a busy time for Hubert Williams, to say the very least. But there are serious questions for him to answer arising from his alleged conduct where SCJH lands were concerned, because, just to summarize again, he is accused of barging into a meeting with 5 or 6 accomplices. So he didn't go alone. He is accused of calling the SCJH, the government representatives, calling them scammers. He declared publicly that the SCJH does not own the land which the SCJH says it owns. He instructed those in attendance not to engage with the people sent by the SCJH to participate, and encourage them to not participate in attempts to regularize the lands that they are on. And he advised those attendees to not sign any agreements with the SCJH. And he told them, this is the allegation now, this is not Nationwide saying it, this is what is said in this report right here. It is said that Williams told those attending the consultation that when the PNP returns to government, the lands will be given freely to those occupying informally now. Yeah? So those are some allegations that he will have to clarify, given that strong action has been recommended to be taken against him. That's the front page.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 7:59.
Success, powered by learning. The Temperature, brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us, is...
It's 30 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's across Jamaica this morning.
Taking you across Jamaica this Friday morning, I'm Tona Thomas. Charlton Avenue in St. Andrew is to be closed to vehicular traffic for 5 weeks starting Saturday, July 26. The National Works Agency, NWA, says the closure is to facilitate the start of rehabilitation works. Charlton Avenue runs off Shortwood Road and through the Charlton Gully. The asphalted section nearest the gully is prone to erosion. It was patched earlier this year but is again showing signs of degradation. The NWA says the road work will include applying reinforced concrete pavement to a section of the roadway. It will also involve the installation of curbs and channels as well as hot mix patching. During the period of closure, no through traffic will be allowed. Single lane access will, however, be maintained for persons who reside on the corridor or have business there. The Johnson Penn Main Road in Spanish Town is set to be widened. Member of Parliament for St. Catherine West Central, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the disclosure last week. He was speaking at the opening of the Green Acres Police Station on the outskirts of Spanish Town. Minister Tufton says other infrastructure improvements are being planned for the Green Acres community and surrounding areas. These include the rehabilitation of the drainage system. Dr. Tufton said with a permanent police station now open, he will be seeking to build a multi-purpose court and a small health center adjacent to the station. Finally, across Jamaica this Friday morning, residents of Gillsborough in St. James now have a dedicated space for sports, recreation and community engagement with the opening of a multi-purpose court and playfield in the community. The facility was provided under the Spruce Up Jamaica program of the Tourism Product Development Company. It was opened by Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett on July 18. Minister Bartlett said the project is a strategic investment in youth and community life. The minister indicated that additional upgrades, including seating and the refurbishment of the community centre and the basic school, are in the pipeline. The Spruce Up Jamaica program forms part of the government's push to enhance the quality of life in local communities through the reinvestment of tourism earnings in social infrastructure and recreational spaces. That's it for Across Jamaica for this Friday morning. I'm Tona Thomas.
lights keep our shine alive.
From the market to the factory floors, from the hillside green to golden shores,
we're reaching heights, our energy that lights the sky.
JPS, powering what matters.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Come out in your numbers as the Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 1 presents St. Andrew Northwestern Choose Jamaica Constituency Meeting this Sunday at the Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. sharp. Come here, champion Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie, host Member of Parliament Dwayne Smith, MPs Juliet Holness, Delroy Chuck, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Senators Cavan, Galen, Marlon Morgan, Live Wire, Venetia Phillips and others. Jamaica Labour Party active and strong in St. Andrew Northwestern. Constituency meeting this Sunday, Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. We choose Jamaica. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Please be advised that on Sunday, July 27, the Mayor's Parlour will air at 12 p.m. This will temporarily replace the usual broadcast of Amazing Word at that time. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time.
All right. It's time for Jampro Connect, Business and Opportunities. On today's episode, we're focusing on global digital services. Jamaica is the leading outsourcing location in the English-speaking Caribbean and has firmly established its reputation as a strong and highly competitive destination for global digital services due to its location, talent pool, and business-friendly environment. In addition to robust services, capabilities, and infrastructure, Jamaica offers a 40 to 60% cost reduction on key operational functions, a qualified and skilled labor force, and special economic zones. For more, we are joined by the Manager of Global Digital Services at Jampro, Conrad Robinson. Good morning, Conrad.
Hey, good morning, George. Good morning to you and your listeners. It's really a pleasure to be here again with you guys on Nationwide this morning.
Excellent. All right. Good to have you here. Hope all is well with you and the team. So,
thanks.
Excellent. Given Jamaica's positioning and where Jamaica is poised, what would you list as the reasons behind Jamaica's success where global digital services is concerned and its region leading position?
Thank you very much for that question, George. And this might sound a little arrogant, but we are indeed the leading outsourcing destination in the English-speaking Caribbean. And we have the numbers to back this up. So Jamaica has a labor force of about 1.4 million people. We have over 100 companies in our special economic zones. We are the number one ranked country in the Caribbean for doing business. So although this was done by Forbes in 2019, we are still leading in that matrix. We're the number 6 easiest place to start a business worldwide, and that was ranked 2019 by World Bank. We are still leading in the Caribbean as far as that is concerned. And as far as red tape, the ease of doing business, again, we are ranked number 1 in the Caribbean. So we have grounds on which we can claim that we are the leading outsourcing destination in the Caribbean. Besides those metrics that I just mentioned, as a sector, we earn close to $900 million in annual revenue. We have close to about 55,000 people employed in the sector, supporting some 75 different companies within the space. So we are indeed, given the Caribbean region, the leading outsourcing destination.
Great. You know, as I hear you speak, I have to ask myself, well, Conrad is very well placed to tell my listeners What are some of the practical things that you in your chair at JAMPRO and your team have to do to assist a client who wants to enter the Jamaican space?
I'm happy because, listen, I tell people all the time that I think the work that we do at JAMPRO is not fully understood by our countrymen and women. So we see ourselves as a facilitatory agency. And what we do when we go into the various markets is to say to people, if you're looking to come to Jamaica to establish a business, we want you to make JAMPRO your first stop, right? Because we have the kind of network that you are going to need to ensure that you set up your business in the proper manner and that you get the kind of support that you need to make your business a success. So JAMPRO is established as a government agency, as you know, to facilitate export, trade, and investment. And so our remit is to ensure that those people who are looking at Jamaica as an investment destination, and in my particular case, Global Digital Services investment destination, is that we help to facilitate a client, and I'd like to say we give them a kind of a hand-holding experience through the whole life cycle of establishing that business. So we introduce them to Companies Office of Jamaica. We help them to identify space that they can operate from. We help them to find the right labor that they need for their businesses. We help them with their approval processes, whether it is through the parish councils, NEPA, etc., etc. So we are set up as an agency that provides facilitatory service to ensure that investors get the kind of support that they need to make their businesses a success when they set up in Jamaica.
Yeah. Big brands, Conrad, big brands. Alorica, Teleperformance, Vistaprint, you name them, they are here in Jamaica. Beyond the things that you've spoken of already, I mean, there are several destinations that can have a mix of some of the things that Jamaica has. But what is it you think that really pulls these big brands here who can go anywhere in the world to set up shop?
And I'm just going to segue on the word brand. I don't think people recognize how strong the Jamaican brand is. The Jamaican brand is an internationally known brand. People in Jamaica may not see it as such, but when you go into the international spaces, Jamaica is renowned. We are renowned for many things. We are renowned for our excellence in entertainment. We are renowned for our excellence in sports. We are renowned for our excellence in academia. We are now renowned for our excellence in the economic sphere. Yes? So Jamaica is known for its excellence. The brand Jamaica is out there, and it is powering what it is that we do locally. And that brand, the engine of that brand, is the people of Jamaica. When you speak to the leaders in the GDS sector and you ask them, why do they stay in Jamaica? The first thing they will tell you, it is the people, their employees. And if you don't mind, George, just allow me to quote one of our leaders in the sector here in Jamaica, Mr. Anand Birdar. He is the delivery head of Americas in Sagility. And I'm quoting him. He says this: we have consistently grown in Jamaica. We have grown at a rate of 25% CAGR for the last 5 years. It is a fast-growing operation for us. Jamaica, I can say, exceeds expectations in terms of performance, driving performance standards, and having very clear, clean, concise conversations with our clients. All of that, George, end of quote, sorry. All of that, George, is down to the people who are working for these companies. So when you say Alorica, Teleperformance, and these companies are expanding in Jamaica, it's because they have found the secret sauce, which is the people that we have working in these organizations.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I love where you put that, the people being the secret sauce. So tell me now, Conrad, so many conversations around global digital services. We used to call it business process outsourcing not so long ago. People had a terminal look. Oh, one day we'll wake up and these jobs won't be available. One day the companies will stop coming and there are young people and thousands of others who get employment and earn a living here. That will disappear. We can't afford to think like that. We're not glass half full kind of people, glass half empty kind of people. We're possibility and positive thinkers. In light of that, how do you grow this industry? How do you ensure that Jamaica retains its attractiveness? How do you ensure that the competitive edge that we have relative to several other destinations remains primary?
Another excellent question, George. And for me, I get really very passionate about this because it now brings me to focus on what it is that we are doing at JAMPRO to really not only retain those companies that we currently have in Jamaica, but to help those companies to grow their numbers while they are in Jamaica, but also to bring new brands to Jamaica, new flags to Jamaica, and so on. And part of the reason why, again, we are number one within the Caribbean is because we don't really sit at our laurels at JAMPRO and say, oh, we're doing well in BPO. We're always looking for that next opportunity. What else can we do to ensure that we maintain our dominance in that outsourcing space as far as the Caribbean is concerned? And so what we have done, George, is to implement a new program that we are calling Outsource Jamaica. So we have heard the term outsource, yes? And we understand what outsourcing is. Companies that are looking for opportunities to outsource aspects of their business to destination like Jamaica, etc., etc. And that's where we get the BPO, business process outsourcing, operations from and so on. But we recognize that if we are going to step up in this space, we now need to talk about outsourcing in Jamaica. So we have a little tagline that we use, which we say, outsource to play, outsource to win. And by that, what we are saying to our prospective investors is that Jamaica is not just a place for BPO operations, but we can offer you higher level services coming out of Jamaica. That's where we are now talking about KPOs and ITOs, right? So KPO is knowledge process outsourcing. ITO is information technology outsourcing. This is where now we are focused in on our professionals, our certified graduates coming out of universities and so on that can offer services to large companies in the States like legal process outsourcing, medical process outsourcing, finance and accounting outsourcing, software development, market research, HR, all of these kinds of services that are demanding higher level employees, paying premium for those employees, keeping us ahead of the curve as far as the whole outsourcing industry is concerned. So whilst we are still outsourcing, we are saying to our clients, you can also outsource in Jamaica.
That's right. Conrad, that's all the time I have this morning, man. Great chatting to you. All the best to you and the team.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure, George. Thank you very, very much for having us.
Yeah, man.
And we look forward to the next time we have a talk.
Great. Manager Global Digital Services at JAMPRO, Conrad Robinson.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
8:18.
Fontana Pharmacy has a wide variety of items from pharmaceuticals, household, cosmetics, toys, and more. The Temperature by Fontana Pharmacy. It's all good inside is
31 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 30 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 24 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
I want something really nice, thanks and please. Burger King, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. I want something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Cheese and peas, man, I like. I got my set when me taste the new cheesy fries. Just 5 bills with creamy cheese sauce. I load it up your way, you are the boss. Everybody sing this part. I want something really nice, thanks and please. BK, new cheesy fries, cheese and peas. Get the new cheesy fries, limited
exciting!
Who shops at Creative Building Finishes? You, the homeowner who creates luxurious spaces with our floor and wall tiles. The contractor and builder who are convinced that our ceramic tiles are right for the job. The architect and designer who make dreams come true with our wood look and porcelain tiles. Superior customer service, knowledgeable staff, inviting showroom, and you get where this is going, right? Shop 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get Creative Building Finishes.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Our Jamaican family, the Jamaica Labour Party Choose Jamaica Juggernaut, rolls into East and West Portland for a festive gospel concert, workers' meeting and awards ceremony this Sunday, July 27th at the West Portland Constituency Office, 5 p.m. Come hear from the dynamic action duo, Darren and Anne-Marie Vaz, along with Deputy Leader James Robertson, MPs Dr. Chris Stofton, Matthew Samuda, Floyd Green, Robert Morgan, Colonel Charles Jr., Dr. Michelle Charles, Senator Apka Fitzendi and others. Main address comes from Prime Minister and Party Leader, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. Yours truly, MP Carencia, will marshal the proceedings as we bombard mine, protect our children with bus after bus after bus after bus, and deliver messages of hope and prosperity. Glory in the highest, as the good book says. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Shout to the Lord. East and West Portland Gospel Concert, Workers' Meeting and Awards Ceremony this Sunday, July 27, West Portland Constituency Office, 5 p.m. Showers of blessing. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
We're back with you. It is Nationwide this morning. We're opening our lines. You're opening our lines. It's 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. We're taking calls, and oh, wow, they're fast on the draw. George. Ian, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Well, I'm fine.
What's on your mind?
I might have to go call about the credit is going. I'll call it back another time.
All right, so we all right, Ian, thanks for calling.
No problem. All right, cool.
Oh, okay. All right. So Ian was fast on the draw, but he's going to whop it back, George. But as I said, the phone lines are 630-937124 and 618-8255. Cleveland, good morning.
Yes, morning. Hey, John.
Morning, sir.
That gentleman you were interviewing, boy, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It will make anybody stay here to work and get work. Boy, Mr. Wellness needs to use him as one of them promoters.
You hear you? The man is don't get the man in trouble. The man is a government
civil servant,
worker,
man.
Yeah, he's not no politician.
And good, and sell his product quite well.
Yeah, man, he works for Jampro, man. We don't want your time up, make people start believe, say, you know what I mean?
Very good. No, me understand you, but me just have to say it as Mr.
Yeah, man, he speaks well of
yes,
and knows his work, obviously.
Yes, and people go on will tell us that nothing now go on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and according to the opposition, they will give us a better life.
Yeah, I somebody in the chat say if PNP come in power, if party is going to get cheaper. I'm not saying nothing. I'm telling you what somebody has written in the chat.
No, I'm listening to Mr. Crawford, and he's saying that the teachers them not forget no record, no police record. Is that what he was saying? That is a misunderstanding him?
No, what I think what he was saying was that in the same way Indicom exists to police the police and soldiers, and you know that Damian Crawford has long been an advocate against Indicom. That there's no two ways about that. He has spoken out against the organization several times. And so he believes that this Jamaica Teaching Council bill is going to have a negative effect on teachers, the way that for a time people were saying Indicom was having a negative effect on police work. We have seen that that is not true. But he's saying that, you know, in the way that police perceived the Indicom was there to prevent them from doing their work properly, that's what this JTC bill is going to do for teachers.
But them wasn't part of the committee and make the decision. And them just take up them marble just as though they took up them marble from the Constitution Committee to walk out and start putting other things out there.
I mean, to be fair though, you know, when opposition members raise objections at committee meetings, you know, two things can happen. They can either be taken on board or they can be dismissed, and there'll never be enough of them to get their way. Yeah. But that's just how the democracy works. Sometimes you're going to be in charge and sometimes you're going to be in a support role.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, George, in my young days, the JLP could never say nothing in the house and them agree to it or anything, you know. I remember Mr. Bradrick did have to walk out there one day. I think he get himself in a trouble there too in the house. But yeah, maybe you don't know them.
The late Percival Bradrick, sir, the father of Alana, who played one of the racket sports for Jamaica, former general secretary, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes, there you go, of the JLP. Oh.
Yes, then you have some, you think that broke out in a fight in the house, you know, because the PMP, they believe they were it all, you know. You can't tell them nothing and so on. And I'm surprised now that Mr. Crawford is actually saying that the teachers them not to get police record. Yeah. And I think I hear that when the teachers they leave here and go without their police record, they have to come back here for come get one.
Listen, let me say, you see, sometimes the way our opposition goes in this country over several years, as I say, I've said it already, Cleveland, people are such that in the politics, if you tell a man that oxygen is the best thing to inhale, he won't tell you say foolishness that.
Yeah.
No, some other substance, he might make up one and tell you say that I got better than oxygen, put him in charge, and you will see. So it work.
I tell you, trust me, if these people ever should have
I don't know. I think people mean Jamaica well, and they have different ways of getting things done.
You could not tell them nothing because they will want to dictate everything to us.
All right. I'm going to run off now with Cleveland. Thank you this morning. Okay, good. Morning again. Morning. Paul, morning.
Good morning, sir, George.
Morning, sir.
You know, from even yesterday match, I get salute, but I'm glad we get through today with you. Because, you know, they say Jamaica, them mama say Jamaica is not a real place to live. And, you know, say, when they come out to certain important things in our country, there are too much hypocrite in Jamaica when they come out to certain things. And that's one I think when I destroy Jamaica and destroy a lot of things. And now such a point with the road traffic accident and deaths on the road. And it hurt my feelings deep down to see what is happening today in 2025 on the road. Because I remember when the new road traffic act had come in, we called Cliff Hughes. One night there was a debate with Cliff Hughes and Lucian Jones, and they were on a topic. And at the end of the day, I was there giving my 2 cents in the conversation. I'm asked Lucian Jones a question, and the rough Cliff Hughes said which me understand as a person running a program and whatever it takes to be a part of the corporate clique. But at the end of the day, I was touching on important things in terms of the topic.
Well, on Paul, me I wait for you to get to the part. Where you say, Paul? Talk to me, no, man. No, yeah, man. Where you say?
Cliff Hughes say,
yeah.
There could be 100 new road traffic act.
Yeah.
It couldn't stop the carnage, man.
Okay.
Judge.
Yeah.
And it's sad to know saying that 2025, the country is still running ahead because everybody did have it to say the new road traffic act are going to fix the problem.
But Paul, you're a sensible human being. You know that a law now going to make what used to happen stop happening just because the law
No,
exists.
but everybody was throwing dirt at taxi and busman.
Uh-huh.
And I said them cause the problem on the road.
They are some of the worst offenders, but they're not alone.
No. Listen, George, we don't understand. Offenders on the road, don't get me wrong. Me not condone certain behavior with them.
Yeah.
But me tell people all the while.
Yeah.
All right, even at first, when it just come in, them used to come in with this thing where they say, every time a vehicle crash, them run the driver license. Especially when a bus and taxi crash and how much people dead. Them run the driver license and them say, well, this driver did have a much outstanding ticket, this driver, whatever.
Yes.
And since the embarrassment come down from them where them realize that the people, when I kill the people, when I kill themselves on road, them now see them with not 310,000 road traffic tickets.
Yes.
That them use shame and them cut that out.
Yes.
The government needs to fix itself before the carnage on the road are going to stop.
Fix itself.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
What we mean by that?
Yeah.
The government have to fix ITA first.
What wrong with ITA?
I won't get there, but I'm just saying to you, George.
You're saying corruption is there. You're saying corruption is at ITA?
Huh?
You're saying corruption is at ITA?
I am saying to you, George, that the government need to fix themselves first.
But what is wrong that needs to be fixed?
Because persons on the road that have no clue.
So you're saying corruption is at the ITA, and wait, no man. Then if you not say nothing, why are we talking if you not say nothing? You're saying, Paul, corruption is at the ITA, and people at the ITA give licenses to people who have no business being on the road, and them cause the crash. Is what you're saying? No.
Well, if you fix it that way, I will go with it.
Let me say, man, you're going to get caught all of a sudden. All right, so we eventually got there, Paul. And a lot of people will agree with you because yesterday I shared some messages in our WhatsApp group about a woman saying, Sandra, she paid $200,000 for her license.
Wow.
So everybody laugh at her and say, them scammer. And people weighing in on social media talking about, well, they paid that thing, but they failed the yard test, but they drove well on the road, and it was all kind of things yesterday. So there's a lot of feeling around that. But Paul, you make a good point this morning, and we need to pay attention there as well as to the road as well. But I have to run, yeah. Let me take this break.
Nothing is wrong with the road. Accident at Bushman Road.
When we say the road, Paul, I mean the people on the road. You're not talking the literal road itself.
Because the police alone cannot do it. Because when the police on the road, they saw light flash and slow down.
Yeah, it's all about me and you, Paul. It's all about me and you, not police, not IT. It's me and you. Me and you. Yeah. All right? Little more. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, the man says break. Let's go.
The time by Grace Good Move is...
It's 8:32.
Don't fall victim to deepfakes.
Watch out.
Protect yourself.
What is that
For
on
more
my TV?
information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or
Here ya,
scan
baby.
the QR code on screen.
Deepfake. No deepfake can't catch me.
Junior, you know say AI can make something will look and sound just like you? One day Junior get a voice note from her granny. Say the food done, the medication done, and she need money urgently.
Need money urgently? But Miss Pat no like ask people for things.
And as so comes, Julie get suspicious.
So what she do?
She asks the neighbor to go check pan her. Junior, the lady quite alright over there make her Sunday dinner.
So the voice note a deepfake?
Yes, my love. Come, your food ready.
Right now it look like we have to outsmart the AI. But wait. I really want dege dumpling here, give me.
Me I wonder if AI can make one deep fake dumpling for you.
To learn more about deepfakes, visit www.broadcastingcommission.org.
Plug into the sun with Peak Energy Solutions. We are your affordable provider for everything solar. Grid tie or off-grid solar P systems, solar air conditioners, panels, lithium batteries, solar supplies, and installation. Visit us at Shop 1, 3 Mosquito Valley Road, Red Hills, St. Andrew. Call 876-279-8820 or 944-0668. Or email us at peakenergysolutionsja@gmail.com. Peak Energy for everything solar. Solar.
Start the school year healthy and ready. Bring the kids to the nationwide 90 FM Back to School Fair for vision and dental checks, blood pressure and blood sugar tests, and even immunization support. It's peace of mind for parents and a confident start for students. Join Team Revolution on Saturday, August 9 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Harmony Beach Park, Montego Bay. Don't miss the nationwide 90 FM Back to School Fair.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Come out in your numbers as the Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 1 presents St. Andrew Northwestern Choose Jamaica Constituency Meeting this Sunday at the Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. sharp. Come here, champion Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie, host Member of Parliament Dwayne Smith, MPs Juliet Holness, Delroy Chuck, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Senators Cavan, Galen, Marlon Morgan, Live Wire, Venetia Phillips and others. Jamaica Labour Party active and strong in St. Andrew Northwestern. Constituency meeting this Sunday, Sherlock Crescent Community Centre, 5 p.m. We choose Jamaica. See you there.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Please be advised that on Sunday, July 27, the Mayor's Parlour will air at 12 p.m. This will temporarily replace the usual broadcast of Amazing Word at that time. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding.
We're back with you. Of course, we're taking calls. 630-937-124. No?
I just mentioned the lines are full. Right. I said in the chat, somebody said, "What are you talking about? Me, you? It's not me and you." Of course, the who crash. When was the last time you heard an MP in a fatal crash in Jamaica or a parish council? No, me and you. It is me and you who use the road. And me and you. Come on, people, don't be silly. It's not literally you or literally me. Yeah. People who use the road should use the roads responsibly, and anybody who denies that crashes are caused by people who use the roads is I don't want to be uncharitable this morning, What kind of idiot comment that? How can I say it is about me and you who use the road, who need to use the road better, and somebody find a problem with that? Cheese and peas, it's not the adults who make those comments we're worried about, it's the children who are unfortunate enough to grow inside these households with idiot adults in them. Cheese up. Anyway,
who do we have?
Mr. King? Chris, morning, sir.
Morning, Chris.
Morning, George.
Morning, sir.
Yes, I want to ask a question. I have been listening to the news, and I have not been hearing that. Is there condemnation from the opposition party towards the person stoning the buses?
Yes, Michael Phillips has been very clear, saying that if he knows personally of any comrade involved in the practice, he will take them himself and march them to the nearest police station. He has hit out at the practice and hit out strongly.
Okay. Well, I am happy to hear that because, I was listening. And next thing I must say, I listened to you reading that 3-page report this morning.
Yes.
And it reminded me about 1972 when Mr. Manley was campaigning. There was a store in Brownstown, Charlie's Windsor House. NAMS was there as well. And you know that the people of St. Ann, Northwest, they were promised Reynolds Cow. Reynolds, that are the peer.
Mm-hmm.
They were promised Reynolds Cow once the PNP win. And Charlie sell out all of the rope. NAM sell out all of the rope. And people start to go to Falmouth. So we're going to give away a land this time. So you might even find that even your land is given away if you don't.
No, I know. But sure as I would not give it. But the point is solid, man. The point is solid.
Yes.
So I said people buy rope. No rope, no left for hardware.
Man,
because they'll get cold.
Leave a Charlie's Windsor House and Charlie's Musgrave House. Because Mr. Manley promised them Reynolds Cow. You
Oh,
understand?
God.
I tell you. So right now what is happening is a lot of promises. I drive through Bamboo just now and I was proud when I passed the branch library, although the road from Brownstown to Bamboo and some patching. But I remember when Mr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary, who comes from Bamboo in St. Anne, was the MP for 2 terms. He couldn't fix it if you wash your car in Brownstown and going towards Kingston once you reach a branch library. No care if sun hot like now, no care if a drought, your car dirty. You feel so bad. It was a stress. And Crystal Lee come from St. Mary and fix it. I must come in there. But I just beg her to get them to do a little patching on the road from Brownstown to Bamboo. But that branch library work she did, it outpaced all of the other bad spots that you have to pass.
You know, I recently drove from the police station at Runaway Bay, turn left and go up towards the Mount Pleasant Football Academy.
Yes.
The road nice, man. I never know. Say, I thought it was a pothole riddled stretch of road. It's sweet, a carpet, man.
It used to be, but Crystal got that one done.
Oh yes, that's Northwest St. Anne. Yes.
Northwest St. Anne. And you have White Line coming from Key Valley side down to Brownstown. You know, we need the other one now from Brownstown going down towards Trelawney.
Tell me something. When you go above where the Mount Pleasant Academy, which communities are up there? When you drive past it and go up, where's that leading you to?
You are heading up to Dumbarton. You are heading up to Brownstown.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Chris, this morning. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Having, man.
All right. Good. Billboard, morning.
Morning.
Top of the morning to you, Busy.
Top of the morning, sir.
You know, that's my nickname for you, Busy.
Busy.
The most mysterious boy in school, but the brightest.
Busy. I like it, Billboard. I like it.
Yeah, man. Morning to you and your co-host.
Yeah, man.
Morning.
I call because I'm in listening to this former mayor of St. Thomas. Or he tries to bamboozle the people meeting and them things because him know him have something to try to defend.
Well, that's what the report says, Billboard. So we're working. We can't go beyond what the report says. He has to speak for himself.
If not prepared to face the bull by that means you know him have something hiding.
Yeah, I don't know if I were him, Billboard, and these allegations are made about me formally, that I wouldn't have something to say. So you know. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't let these allegations stand against my name, sir.
No, sir, no lawyer couldn't talk to me. Incidentally, from there, they want to call and talk about the bus. Not necessarily the school bus, because it's a blessing. I wanted also to talk about the long distance bus that will be going into Montego Bay and beyond. I saw the minister, what you call it, opposition spokesman and transport, came out and denounced it.
You mean the premium service from town to Mobile?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
He denounced it as hell. You know why he denounced it?
Why?
It's his friend who knocked third.
Oh, you know that. Billboard.
Boss, man. I know that. By
I'm not troubling you, man, but I'm just saying. But no, man, you sure is that? It must be more than that, man.
Them depend in them pocket.
No, I mean, because, you know, there are several people in a Billboard who I've heard with that concern and say, boy, why is the government looking to squeeze out private interest? And I was saying that, look, yes, you expect the people at Knutsford who are in private business to be able to make a profit. But at the same time, say, for instance, Knutsford charges $2 for the premium service from town to go to Mobay. And the government is putting in a service that charges 80 cents. That's a win for the commuter. That's a win for the commuting public. So the commuting public will decide, all right, do I want the added comfort that Knutsford gives me and the cargo space to carry bag and pan and relatives if I want to in the stash that Knutsford has, or I just want to keep it bare bones and go for the 80-cent ride rather than the $2 ride. It now puts the consumer in a position to make a choice given what their pocket can do. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a service for Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah, man.
And the government is giving Jamaica a service.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, that's what public transport should be, you know.
But I'm ashamed of that mayor, man. When I heard the reports this morning on the radio, I said, oh my God, it has to be a comrade.
You know. I'm just concerned that he hasn't taken the chance to defend himself. Chevron was very clear to him to say, sir, notwithstanding what you've said, I'm giving you the opportunity. The man said, me no want the opportunity. He said
I can't
that
help but
clear.
giving Central Kingston MP a plug.
Uh-huh.
I can't help but giving Central Kingston member of parliament.
Donovan Williams? For what?
Donovan Williams a plug.
Why are you giving him a plug?
I wanted to take a drive through Central Kingston and look how the trees are green and the rain is falling.
How really are going for the
Billboard, you're on fire this morning, boy.
Hello, the trees are green, George. I would not have any rain.
I don't have the rain.
Isn't it beautiful?
I really want to amuse with them.
I tell Cliff, there was a tsunami. I expected, although I really don't like the word tsunami.
Yeah.
But a tsunami is coming, you see?
All right, sir. I hear you. Respect this morning.
Take it easy.
Cool. Break time.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 8:44.
The Birthday Club is brought to you by Burger King. Order the new cheesy fries from Burger King and load it your way with bacon, jalapenos, crispy onions, or extra cheese. Limited time only.
Trashman didn't get my trash today. Oh, why? Because they want more pay. Buses on strike want a raise in fare, so they can help pollute the air. But that's what makes the world go round. The ups and downs of carousel, changing people's hands around. Go underground, young man. People make the world go round. Wall Street losing dough on every share. They're blaming it on longer hair. Big men smoking in their easy chairs, on a fat cigar without a care.
Full of style. You have the birthdays lined up, my friend?
Yeah. It's time for the birthdays. Of course, for those who celebrate their birthday today. Today is payday. Today is July 25th, 2025. Some will call it July's payday. Of course, we have to tell.
today a payday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like it.
Let me see. Dwayne Bucknall, happy birthday to you. Jordan King, happy birthday to you. Nicola Grant, it's your day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Manifa Candy, it's your day. Happy birthday to you. Reefa McKenzie, happy birthday. Wherever you are, hope you enjoy your day. Norman Douglas, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Stacy and Walker, it's your day over there, our Facebook friends. Of course, happy birthday to you. Kim Daly, wishing you a very, very happy birthday. And Chastity Christie, happy birthday to you. A very happy birthday to those born and on July 25th. I was about to say 2025, but yes, today is your birthday. So today you're celebrating your birthday. I have a VIB here. Happy birthday to Joan McCoy, who keeps us informed. She will celebrate her birthday on Sunday, the 27th of July, 2025. Have an enjoyable day. much love and blessings from the HTHS Steering Committee team members. Joan McCoy, it's your birthday. Very happy birthday to you.
On YouTube, Arlene Rowe has to have one. She says, please send happy birthday blessings to my friend Gwyneth Muir, aka Lorna, in Black Rock, Portland. Lives in the US, but she's been in Jamaica since Saturday. So Gwyneth Muir, aka Lorna, Black Rock, Portland. Arlene Rowe is sending happy birthday greetings to you. Today is Rita Marley's birthday. The I would say matriarch of the Marley family, but some would say, well, Bob's mom is, but Rita is without doubt one of the most outstanding Jamaican women of all time. Today is her 79th birthday. She was born in 1946, and so Rita Marley is celebrating 79 today. 79 not out, and she is batting well. Miss, who called the game? No, who called the game? Rita Marley, yeah. And the man find something.
Yes, of course he would. Chris TC saying happy birthday to Rochelle Graham Barnes. We love you loads from your link up. Dot, I don't know what that means, but have an amazing day. Chris TC is saying Rochelle Graham Barnes, it's your day to birthday. Wishing you a very happy birthday.
Dwight Lee says happy birthday to my sister Crystal Lee the witch. From your big brother Dwight. Crystal, don't know we call you witch, you know? Is Dwight Lee your big brother? Calls you the witch on this day, your birthday. He says happy birthday from your big bro Dwight. So Crystal Lee the witch, your big brother Dwight, says happy birthday to you.
Ruth Burrell saying happy birthday to her son Rushane Baxter. Mommy loves you, and of course your son and your family. May God continue to bless you and enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Rushane.
Miss Sunshine says happy blessed birthday to my sister Annette Forsyth. Wishing you God's richest blessings. Do have a wonderful day. Much love from Alia and I. So Annette Forsyth, happy birthday greetings coming to you from Alia and I.
I have one here in the chat. The Sinclairs are sending happy birthday wishes to Carrie Ann Johnson of Huenden in Kingston, wishing her God's continued grace and favor, blessings and happiness in this new chapter. Happy birthday to you, Carrie. Wishing you a very, very happy birthday, Carrie Ann Johnson.
Gillian Coleman says happy birthday to Gillian Coleman. So Gillian Coleman, birthday greetings are coming to you from Gillian Coleman, and Gillian is wishing you all the very best on this day. Happy birthday, Gilly. Hope that you enjoy the day.
All right. Wishing my brother a VVIB, very, very important birthday, Wayne in TCI. Wishing a very happy birthday to you, filled with everything you love and hope for. And he says you deserve it all. May today be a memorable one for you, and that you may live to see many, many more birthdays to come. Cheers from Rick. Cheers from Rick. A very happy birthday to you.
Diane Heyman says happiest 18th birthday to Keandra Peart. Have a superb one. Diane Heyman saying happy 18th birthday. Happiest 18th birthday to Keandra Peart. Keandra, enjoy today. Diane Heyman sending those greetings for you.
All right. I have from Richard Henry. Happy anniversary to my lovely wife, Petrina Henry. Life is so much better with you in it. So Petrina, wherever you are, your husband is saying to you, happy anniversary, and that he loves you, and that he is looking forward to enjoying the rest of the anniversary with you.
Rosie Watt says happy birthday to Miss Dottie McPhee. Dottie McPhee celebrating her 90th birthday today. Happy 90, Miss Dottie McPhee, coming from the children of Francis Smith. So the children of Francis Smith sending happy 90th birthday to the lady Dottie McPhee, and Dottie is 90 on this day.
All right. I have here Diane Heyman saying happy 18th birthday. You did that one?
Yes, there's an anniversary. Well, there's a birthday on July 27th that a mom and daughter sent. Just trying to find it. Trishana Coke says, good morning, George and Sandre. My mom and I are celebrating our birthday Sunday, July 27. It's double blessings for us. So Trishana Coke and her mom, happy birthday when it comes on Sunday, July 27, to the good way. Not to the hard way, to the good way. We are sure. So happy birthday when it comes Sunday, July 27th.
Very important birthday coming in for Miss Kemise Jarrett. Miss Kemise Jarrett, who is, of course, a sales and customer service supervisor at Spectrum Systems Limited. We're wishing you a very, very happy birthday when it comes. It is on July 26, 2025, tomorrow. So we're wishing you an early happy birthday, of course, coming from friends, family, and of course from Mr. King. Wishing you a very happy birthday, Kemise.
So here, George Jefferson now. George Davis, I know you wouldn't read my post. George Jefferson, where the post there? May I try to find it? I don't see no post, brethren. You ever send a greeting or ask us to shout out anybody and we deny? No, man, we not stay so. George Jefferson, we not stay like you, you know. We not stay like you. No, man. So George Jefferson says, "Oh, him said today birthday." Oh,
okay.
King, can we play a song for George Jefferson? George Jefferson, Clive Mortley, the bane of our existence at Nationwide. The man who cussed we more than everybody else. The man who said with this and with that and with that and with this. For 20 years now, he's been the agony uncle over here. Eating up himself every day, creating several different characters and attacking us and go on with himself. And for the most part, though, he's decent. He doesn't use, I can't recall him using expletives, or maybe he creates an alter ego and uses through that, but not through his main account, which is good enough. Today is Clive Mortley's birthday. He says he's Comrade Mortley. So, Comrade Mortley, I'll play a tune for you, man. Quick, you ready? Hear this now, Comrade Mortley.
Meet George Jetson. His boy.
Everyone! Him too young, you don't know this.
I'll admit, I do not know this one.
His wife.
George, this is for you, my friend. This is for you, Comrade Mortley. Saturday mornings on JBC, one TV station. I watch the Jetsons on JBC with the head of the family, George Jetson. So today on Comrade George Mortley's birthday, Clive George. Oh, go. Is it Clive George Mortley or George Clive Mortley? Whichever one it is, Comrade Mortley. Big up yourself, man. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy it. All right. Cool. Ricky NYC James says happy birthday to the curry chicken lover at NNN who's on break. My namesake, the one and only Ricardo Brooks.
Yeah,
man, we have to mash up the birthday greeting for Ricardo Brooks to them, man. The curry chicken boss, man. Yeah, man. Herman. Yeah, where's Marigold to send Ricky Brooks birthday greeting? I hear that Marigold carrying Ricky to Glorious today for fish. So
yeah. Ricardo, big up yourself, Brooks. Marigold didn't pick this song, but we can't give her request. We have to work with this.
Give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again. Happy birthday, my friend.
So Ricardo Brooks, happy birthday to you, brother. This one is for you. And Clive Mortley, running in this now. Yeah, man, I hear a tune this too, man. Big up yourself.
Splash, give thanks for your life. Oh gosh, watch it, they make me go dip in at the stash. Drink and smoke so we frost. Turn up the sound box. Girl, them a bubble to the max. Everything well, cool and relax. So we send out the location. They a pass spot. We a pop champagne non-stop, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Yeah. One more year on them. Yeah. Go on a vibe, give thanks for life. Next year we doing it again, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Whoa. One more year on them. Yeah. More life to you, cause we there till the end. Real from the heart, no pretend. Yeah. Still I live, so we loving life. It's another year, so we are rejoice. Be a family around, we not paranoid. Gratitude is a must, so make we build a vibe. Yeah, the most
I don't think I've missed anything. That's all I have over here. Yeah. Yeah.
Here, Herman, she with her mix-up self. George, Marigold is with Ricardo Atta. I can't say which part. She said Ricardo and Marigold. You think easy, Herman? Oh, boy. You're too bad, Herman.
The Birthday Club was brought to you by Burger King. Have you tried the Burger King's new cheesy fries? Get the best tasting fries topped with a creamy jalapeno cheese sauce. Get yours today.
Every day,
Realest thing here that while, brother.
we give thanks for it. You spend
George
all
Jefferson's,
that money on
it's a strange thing, you know. Clive Morton's favorite radio station is the radio station him hate the most. The man don't listen nothing like I'm listening nationwide over the last 20 years. And they won't tell you, say, oh, I don't like them. But anyway, he's a part of the family. Yeah? Just an unruly child. And he's a foundation part of the family. So pay him some respects. So all of those who celebrated birthdays today, happy birthday to you. Especially to Ricardo Brooks, one of our own, who is enjoying his birthday. And a little rest on this day. Alright? All the best to all of you. And those of you birthdays on Sunday, anniversaries, all of you, all of our friends, Jean, Trishana, Philip Jackson, Annie Smith, Arlene, Katie Buelo, Bali, everybody, Miss Sunshine, Bernard Sims, everybody, all of you, Mona, Hermin, Marigold. Me no see Marigold in the chat, so Marigold is not in the chat. Ricardo is not at work.
You know, oh wow, you know.
At 9 o'clock in the bridge, you didn't take us out now.
That's what I'm trying to do. I haven't. Juliet, I see in the chat. I haven't told Juliet good morning. You know, I heard there. But anyways, that's all the time we have before super producer Michelle McCray Smith, our super editor Kimon Thompson, the musical maestro around there doing what he does best, Mr. Jermaine King. I'm Sondre Rodon.
So Ricardo coming in the chat now. Grateful for the greetings. Thanks. Saying thanks to his people. Watch him now try to throw away off now by tagging Marigold in the thanks. Ricardo, we know you know Marigold. So nobody can pretend. You understand?
Well, he did say, he sent the heart, so.
You understand?
Yeah.
So let's live. And while you're worshiping your treasure, remember nothing.
You just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings. You better notice your blessings. The simple things, them are your blessings.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
Your taxes hold the key.